Good evening and welcome to our third and final edition for the 2015 football season. For the Wildcat Sports Network, I'm Donald Tucker, the voice of the Wildcats. Tonight we face our toughest opponent yet, here in Little Rock, the Fayetteville Bulldogs. We have two very special guests joining us and a championship title on the line. Today is December 5th, 2015, and you're watching the Wildcat Sports Network. The 2015 7A State Championship is just minutes away, and here with us now is the man behind the success, Coach Wood. Coach, welcome back to the show.
I appreciate it.
Coach, you've been a part of every football team here. 2015, one of the most successful Har-Ber seasons. What do you attribute that to?
Well, I mean, I think we, I think as a team that got better each week, had the great senior leadership, and they really took the lead on the team. And I just think the whole program in general had a mentality of service, and that's serving each other and humility and putting the guy next to them ahead of themselves and their own agendas. And I mean, we've played some good ball and had some key moments. I mean, you get a year like this when it's this special of a run, you got to get a couple breaks and the ball's got to bounce your way a couple times, and that happened for us this year.
We started the playoffs a little rough. It was a tight game,
Right.
Very concerning.
Yeah.
Then we come back against Southside, do a much better job.
Right.
Are we where we need to be at for a championship team?
Oh, yeah, I believe that. I mean, historically, anytime you make it to the finals, there's going to be one of those games that you just look back and go, how did we get through it? Or you got to have that key drive or the key stop. And we've had that. I thought last week in the semifinals against Southside, we really established ourselves, especially in just a terrible weather event. I mean, just all the rain and stuff. Our guys just stayed the course, and, they won that game and they set themselves up for the final here tonight. And, it's going to be a tough task, no doubt about it. But our guys are positioned and ready to go. What
are some of the things you saw on the South Side that you wanted to improve on coming into Fayetteville?
Well, I mean, we always got to work to be fundamentally better at what we do. I mean, you always want to tackle well in space, and I thought overall defensively we did that. You don't want to give up the drive right before half. I mean, you want to continue to be strong there defensively. And then offensively, I mean, I think weather had more to do with it anyway, but you want to have more balance offensively. But we took what they gave us and ran with it and literally ran the ball.
Great. Coach, we'll bring you back later on in the show to close it out for us.
All right, thanks.
Right now, we want to take a look at the journey to the Rock. Grace, take it away.
After a very successful football season, the Har-Ber Wildcats are headed to Little Rock, looking to extend their win streak and claim the 7A state title. Players and coaches are proud of their achievements and are excited to rematch Fayetteville.
It's awesome. It's taken 3 years, but we put in the work, and it feels awesome to be the senior class to lead the juniors and sophomores to the state championship. The coaches have put in so much work for us to go through the playoffs, and we put it in just back for them.
This year is especially exciting considering last year's tough season and this year's new successes.
After going 3-8 last year and then having such a successful season, it's an honor to be playing on this team for a state championship game. It wasn't easy at first. We went through a lot first game. We lost, bounced back, and we've won ever since. It feels really good to be where we're at.
Through all the hype, positives, and negatives throughout this season, there has always been that one constant that has led the team to contend for a state title.
Well, I think what's unique about this group that's really given the opportunity is, one, the humility of the team. I mean, they're not selfish. They're not about their own agendas. And I'm not saying the other teams were like that. Each team's always uniquely different once you get into a season, but this senior class and junior class, I mean, they're really about the enjoyment of serving others, playing together, enjoying the whole run. And then their unwillingness to give up in any situation. I mean, they battle and compete to the very end of a football game.
If you want to watch the game, it will be broadcasted on pay-per-view for $9.95 on nfhs.com. Go Cats! For WCSN, I'm Grace Sugg.
Thanks, Grace. We're going to take a quick commercial break, but stay right there. When we come back, we will have a very special guest joining us. Wildcat Sports Network will be right back.
We came to Arvest Bank to see what makes it different.
It's a community bank
that really reaches out to the customers to make them feel special. I feel special every time I come in here.
They want to be involved in the community and want to be part of the community.
They support our university, our athletic department.
They've told us that they could have a fleet of volunteers there to help this year if we needed.
I see them at a lot of our Hispanic community events that we do.
I can't think of another bank in the city that has such a big community presence as Arvest.
Arvest Bank, our customers say it best.
This is Jack. And this
I am starving!
is Jack's appetite. It's never satisfied.
I'm hungry, 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 hungry. Seriously, dude? What?
Then Jack's mom started serving Tyson Anytizer snacks. With all white meat and lots of protein, they're the only snacks that make Jack's appetite disappear. Tyson Anytizer snacks. Consider snacking solved.
Welcome back. Here with us now is one of the biggest supporters of all things Har-Ber. Here to spend some time with us is none other than Principal of Har-Ber High School, Dr. Danny Brackett. Dr. Brackett, welcome to the show.
Honored to be here today.
Har-Ber has a new stadium out there. How much of a difference has that made in school spirit?
Well, I think it's there's a pride factor, you know, I guess for 8 of our years of having varsity football, every game we had was a road trip. So the pride that began last year with our first game and playing the first season here, and you know, we don't have to pack everything up and go somewhere now. We get to walk out our back steps and be at our stadium, and I think there's a great pride, which makes a difference in our students and our community to take pride in home, and that stadium has really become a special place for us.
You know, there's a lot of time dedicated to athletics, and it's a fine balance between athletics and education. Talk to us about the blend there. You know, what's the fine balance and the importance of education still and being an athlete?
Well, I am extremely honored to be a part of a district and a community that recognizes that activities outside of a classroom are valuable for students and their learning. I think that the experiences that students get in athletics and arts and other activities helps them prepare to utilize an education. They learn teamwork, they learn communication skills, and I think some of the biggest things they learn are perseverance and patience, and as they build those relationships with their teammates, I think it helps them, enhances their learning opportunities. And then sometimes you have to suck it up in athletics, just be tough mentally and physically. And so when students are that way, I think it helps them in real life scenarios as well. But we find that our students, their dedication is unbelievable to the work that they have to do. The amount of hours, for instance, our Wildcat football team, but our other sports teams, and other events that our students compete in, whether it be our debate or whether it be our band program or choir program, the dedication that those students put forth in those events amazes me and continues to amaze me. So I think learning is the goal in everything we do. And our academic work fits right in well with all of our activity work, including athletics. And some of our top performers academically are our students who participate in those activities. And if you'll look at data around the country, I know that the National Federation of Athletics has put forth some data, and the state of Arkansas has done some data, that students who participate in athletics score better academically, they behave better, and then their attendance is better. And so I think there's great value in all of those events. And our football team this year has been the epitome of that work, as they have made that dedication to the hours that they put in for practice, but they still maintain their academic work as well. And they take just as great pride in that as they do on the football field.
Sure. You've been here since the beginning when Har-Ber opened. You're part of the 2009 state championship team for Har-Ber Wildcat football. How does this team compare to that team in your perspective?
Well, you know, this is our third trip to the finals. We went in 2007 as well. That team in 2009 had some students, athletes who had played on the 2007 team. And so there may have been a little bit more experience. I think there was, I think this team this year in 2015 is similar in the fact that leadership has been very good. Our seniors have been great leaders. They're men of high character. Our coaches have had a pleasure of coaching them and teaching them. It's obvious to me that the parental support and the parental input on these students and their growth and development has been strong. And that's a comparison as well. There's a similarity there. But I think that the way, another similarity would be the way this previous season ended. I know in 2008, we lost in the semifinals, and it's just a bad feeling. And then last year, the way we ended the season with a blocked extra point at Bryant, it just left a bad taste in their mouths. And so there's some similarities there, but there's probably also some differences. This is the first Har-Ber Wildcat football team to go undefeated in the conference. Outright championship. Well, we've had other championships. This is the first undefeated one. It's the first home semifinal game at this stadium that we were successful in. And so there is great comparisons, but each group is different. But one of the similarities that we strive for every year in all of our competing groups is senior leadership. And this team has had tremendous senior leadership. And our sophomores and juniors have dedicated themselves to those seniors to see that they have a successful season. And they've got another opportunity to do that this week, and so we're excited about that. But I've been pleased, and it's been my pleasure to associate with all of our teams, and each football team. This is our 10th varsity season, and each football team has taught me something. I think this team may have taught me more than anything because they've probably surprised a few people, been great overcomers and perseverers, and when you do that, you know that their futures are bright because they're going to be successful in anything they attempt to do.
I have to ask, we're fixing to play in the state championship game. What's your score prediction? Who wins tonight?
Oh my. I think we talked a little bit about these conversations before we got on the air, and I said this would be the hardest conversation. I think Fayetteville has the best Fayetteville team I've seen in the 10 years I've been in this area, or at Har-Ber. And then probably when I was an assistant principal in the district also, probably one of their better teams, if not the best team. Their matchups with us are challenging. We cause them trouble, and they cause us trouble in certain areas. I think the key to the game is going to be us maintaining what we've been doing successfully. We've got to run the ball well. We've got to throw and catch in particular areas well. I'm pleased with, I think that we've had a good week to prepare. I know that Fayetteville has too. And so it may be very similar to what we experienced in the regular season, that who has the ball last. It doesn't have to be that way. But I think it's going to be who makes the least mistakes and who overcomes. And then I'm just hoping that we have a chance. I would prefer it not be real high scoring, but it probably could be. If it's in the 40s, I think that we're going to have a much better chance to win, be successful. And if it's not, I think we're going to do exactly what we need to do in the end to win it. So Har-Ber by 1, and whether it's by 1, 7-6, or by 100, I'm going to be proud of this team.
Excellent. Dr. Brackett, thanks for your time. Appreciate you being here.
My privilege. Thank you.
We're going to take another quick commercial break, but when we come back, the Springdale Athletic Director himself will be on the show. Stay tuned. Wildcat Sports Network will be right back.
Do you need new tires? Do you want a price match guarantee? Do you want to wait in a newly renovated waiting room? Do you want tire services at any time with no appointment? Then Tire Tracks is the place for you. With our price match guarantee and the largest inventory of new and used tires in the area, we have tires for every budget. Tire Tracks, Northwest Arkansas's largest independent tire dealer.
Welcome home to Lindsay Living. Affordable rates, available on-site management, attitudes of service, and amenities unmatched make residents love where they live and play. From value-packed basic apartments to resort-style living on golf courses, we manage options to fit your needs and wants. Apply online at lindsaymanagement.com for locations throughout Arkansas and in surrounding states.
Welcome back, a first-time guest on the show, but one of the main reasons we're here, Springdale Athletic Director, Coach Wayne Stellick. Coach, welcome to the show.
Donald, thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Coach, I know that you've been very busy with the initiative for the 7th grade athletics. Tell us a little bit about that. You know, what's going on and how's it going so far?
Well, Donald, it's really been an exciting time in Springdale athletics to have 7th grade athletics. Dr. Rollins and Dr. Cleveland and I met back in, probably late April, early May, and said, let's do this. And let's be the first school district in the area to initiate and have 7th grade athletics. And so this year we've had 7th grade football at the 4 middle schools. We've had volleyball, and now this week we tipped off for the first time our 7th grade basketball. And so it's really an exciting time to see our 7th graders be coached and taught by our coaches, learn the plays and the things that our high school coaches do, so that we're learning things in 7th grade. And more importantly, we're connecting kids with athletics in 7th grade rather than waiting till 8th grade. So it's an exciting time in Springdale athletics.
Sure. Tell me a little bit about the Springdale Athletic Foundation. You know, I know it's doing a lot of good work, but it seems to be the kind of unsung hero behind the scenes. You know, tell us a little bit about that.
Well, the Springdale Athletic Foundation is something that we created 4 or 5 years ago. I met with some of our civic leaders to get them to understand what we're trying to do. And basically, we have a 501c3 foundation that, of course, the IRS has stamped their vote of approval. And now it's a place where if someone wants to make a gift to Springdale Athletics, whether it's the bowling team, the cheer team, pick a school, they could write a check or make a gift to Springdale Athletic Foundation, and then we can in turn then make a check and help out that specific team that they want. For example, we had a gift from Mrs. Hunt for Joe Williams Bulldog Stadium. So that gift went into our foundation, and then when it was time to write the check to the architect and the builders for Bulldog Stadium, we provided some of that money for the building. We've had other gifts that people have directed towards certain sports, and so it's an avenue. It's what we call a donor-advised fund. If someone has a specific thing they want to give it to, for example, you're a football dad, you might want it to go to Har-Ber football. Well, you could write a check to the foundation, and that gift then would go back to Har-Ber football for whatever Chris might want it to be used for.
Gotcha. Har-Ber's got, one of the Wildcat football teams, got one of the most successful teams in school history. What do you attribute that to?
Well, we've got great coaching. We've had great junior high coaching. People cannot forget about the job that Bruce and Fred have done at Central and Southwest. They created the fundamentals there. They taught those kids the fundamentals. And so now those kids have had success at Southwest and Central. They've got hardware to show for it. They come up and they've learned the plays and the fundamentals from those two coaches. Coach Wood and his staff now fine-tune those fundamentals. And we can't say enough about our parents and our patrons because they make things happen through their foundation and through their backing of things to help the football team go to Hoover or getting the trailer provided to take the equipment. So it's a great combination of great junior high coaching, great high school coaching, and our parents and patrons that have supported Har-Ber football.
Great. Coach, state championship game here in just a few minutes. What's your score prediction and who wins the game?
I really don't care what the score is. I just want Har-Ber to win, whether it's 1-0, 2-0, 100 to 99. I really don't care, Donald. What I want is Coach Wood and Dr. Rollins to be able to leave this facility here at War Memorial with the gold trophy. That's what I want.
Coach, thanks for your time.
Thanks, Donald. Appreciate it.
You bet. We're going to take one last quick commercial break, but when we come back, Coach Wood is breaking down Fayetteville. Stay tuned. Wildcat Sports Network will be right back.
Hi, I'm Susie Everett with Everett Chevrolet. You've heard me say we have a better way to buy your new Chevy. If you've not been here to find out what that means, I want to invite you to come see us. You'll love the way we do business. And you can shop our great selection of the North American Truck of the Year, the Chevy Silverado, with the best V8 fuel economy of any full-size truck. Family owned, customer friendly, Everett Chevrolet in Springdale, I-49 at Elm Springs Road.
Hometown. That word still means something here. It means we're neighbors. We do the right thing. We care about your family. And you deserve the very best every time you walk in the front door. Harps. Hometown fresh.
For the final time this season, Coach Wood is joining us. Coach, it's been an amazing season so far. What are the things we can expect to see out of Fayetteville tonight?
Well, number one, Coach Patton and his staff do a great job. They're very explosive offensively, probably one of the top offenses in the state of Arkansas, with Powell at quarterback and all the skill guys. And what I think that's been real impressive about them is their balance, their ability to run and throw the ball. I mean, they're just not a one-dimensional ball club. Defensively, they got a great front four. I think their secondary can run. I mean, they're just real sound with what they do defensively and how they do things. So I just think from what we saw them earlier in the year, it's just a better version of what we saw earlier in the year. And I mean, it's a big challenge.
Are we going to see the same kind of game that we saw in the conference?
Well, it's hard to say. You know, there's so many different variables on this. You got a Fayetteville team that was this their third straight trip to the state championship game, or it's at least their second in a row to the state championship. Been there 6 times under Patton. And these kids have been there. They've done that. They're prepared. Our guys, it's kind of a little bit new to them. That's why we kind of went down here Wednesday to practice before tonight's game. And so it's just how you get used to the high magnitude of the game. I think we're going to have a pretty good crowd here tonight, and that'll give us a lot of energy. But it's whoever settles down and just plays their game. And it's just hard to say what a game will look like. You know, kind of the semifinal looked about the same. The Conway, the second round game, the second time we played them, looked totally different. So we'll just have to see how it goes.
Great. What are the keys tonight, Coach? What do we have to do before we win the championship?
Well, I think if we're going to win a state championship tonight, we've got to minimize their opportunities in the red zone, hold them with field goals. And then offensively, we got to extend drives, be really good on third down. And it's going to come down to turnovers in the kicking game.
Coach, thanks a lot. I appreciate it. Good luck tonight.
Thank you.
That's it for us. Stay tuned. Kickoff is next. For the very last time this football season. For Superintendent Dr. Jim Rollins and Athletic Director Wayne Stellick, I'm Donald Tucker. 7A State Championship football game is next. We'll see you next year.
We came to Arvest Bank to see what makes it different.
It's a community bank that really reaches out to the customers to make them feel special. I feel special every time I come in here.
They want to be involved in the community and want to be part of the community.
They support our university, our athletic department.
They've told us that they could have a fleet of volunteers there to help this year if we needed.
I see them at a lot of our Hispanic community events that we do.
I can't think of another bank in the city that has such a big community presence as Arvest.
Arvest Bank, our customers say it best.
Do you need new tires? Do you want a price match guarantee? Do you want to wait in a newly renovated waiting room? Do you want tire services at any time with no appointment? Then Tire Tracks is the place for you. With our price match guarantee and the largest inventory of new and used tires in the area, we have tires for every budget. Tire Tracks, Northwest Arkansas's largest independent tire dealer.
140,000 students claim that they are physically abused at school. 3.2 billion kids are bullied each day. 90% of students from 4th to 10th grade claim that they've been bullied. Only you can prevent bullying.
Hi, I'm Susie Everett with Everett Chevrolet. You've heard me say we have a better way to buy your new Chevy. If you've not been here to find out what that means, I want to invite you to come see us. You'll love the way we do business. And you can shop our great selection of the North American Truck of the Year, the Chevy Silverado, with the best V8 fuel economy of any full-size truck. Family owned, customer friendly, Everett Chevrolet in Springdale, I-49 at Elm Springs Road.
We came to Arvest Bank to see what makes it different.
7 to 7 hours work great with our business.
I'm really glad that they're open late.
I'm stunned at the hours.
They're open later hours. You can't even get in the door, and they're already greeting you.
They're all nice. They're all friendly.
They treat you like you're a queen.
I named my puppy Arvis Bang.
Okay, what kind of breed of dog do you think Arvest would be?
The cutest, cuddliest, sweetest, most convenient dog ever.
Arvest Bank. Our customers say it best.
Almost 1 out of every 4 students are bullied in school each year.
But did you know that over half the situations stop if a student peer intervenes?
It's time to join together and make a stand.
And whether you're an athlete,
in the band,
Or finding your own passion.
Stand up, because together we can make the difference.
We came to Arvest Bank to see what makes it different.
There's branches everywhere.
Throughout Oklahoma and Arkansas, Missouri, and Kansas.
There's an Arvest branch within 2 miles of my office in any direction.
I can literally go down the street and still make a deposit.
There are Arvis everywhere.
I can get popcorn, suckers, and friendly smiles.
There's as many locations as there are kernels of popcorn in this bag.
Whatever branch I'm in, they treat me like it's my bank, like it's my small town branch.
Arvest Bank. Our customers say it best.
Hometown. That word still means something here. It means we're neighbors. We do the right thing. We care about your family. And you deserve the very best every time you walk in the front door. Harps. Hometown fresh.
We came to Arvest Bank to see what makes it different.
I'm from the old school, I believe in people talking to people.
When they say, have a good day, I think they actually mean it.
Yeah, there's a smile every time you come in.
I walk in and feel like a king rather than a pauper.
It doesn't matter if you deposit $1 or $1 million.
They treat everybody the same.
The customer comes first, and I like that.
They always go above and beyond to take care of us.
I didn't rehearse this.
No.
This is coming from right here.
Arvest Bank. Our customers say it best.
Welcome home to Lindsay Living. From value-packed basic apartments with appliances and washers and dryers to resort-style apartment living on golf courses with fabulous amenities. You'll love where you live and play. Visit lindsaymanagement.com to apply online and see photos, rates, and floor plans for all locations we manage throughout Arkansas and in surrounding states.
This is Jack. And this
I am starving!
is Jack's appetite. It's never satisfied.
I'm hungry, 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 hungry.
Seriously, dude?
What?
Then Jack's mom started serving Tyson Anytizer snacks. With all white meat and lots of protein, they're the only snacks that make Jack's appetite disappear. Tyson Anytizer snacks. Consider snacking solved.
Arvest Bank to see what makes it different.
They took the time to get to know us personally.
They're like my financial counselors through all of this.
I was able to call her anytime I needed.
I enjoy them and I love them and they're like family to me.
You can't get through the door without somebody saying hello. I've tried.
They made me feel at home.
Like a house you walk into and you feel like you can put your feet up on the furniture.
Have you ever actually put your feet up on the furniture here?
No, I haven't.
Arvest Bank. Our customers say it best.
140,000 students claim that they are physically abused at school. 3.2 billion kids are bullied each day. 90% of students from 4th to 10th grade claim that they've been bullied. Only you can prevent bullying.
Our deepest fear is not that we are inadequate. Our deepest fear is that we are powerful beyond measure.
When you get old in life, you find out life's this game of inches. So is football. Because in either game, life or football, the margin for error is so small. I mean, 1/2 a step too late or too early, you don't quite make it. 1/2 second too slow, too fast, you don't quite catch it. The inches we need are everywhere around us. They're in every break of the game, every minute, every second. On this team, we fight for that inch. On this team, we tear ourselves and everyone else around us to pieces for that inch. In any fight, it's the guy who's willing to die who's going to win that inch. And I know if I'm going to have any life anymore, it's because I'm still willing to fight and die for that inch. Because that's what living is. The 6 inches in front of your face. You gotta look at the guy next to you. Look into his eyes. Now I think you're gonna see a guy who will go that inch with you. You're gonna see a guy who will sacrifice himself for this team because he knows when it comes down to it, you're going to do the same for him. That's the team, gentlemen.
All right, he's got it completed. Right, he's got a ton of pressure. First down. He's keeping now. He's on his horse. Trey Smith over his shoulders. He's got it. Wide open Trey Smith. Touchdown. Har-Ber Wildcat. First down. He's looking for the end zone. It's going to be caught for a touchdown. Roll to the right hand side. Har-Ber Wildcat touchdown. Har-Ber picks it up. That was incredible. Have enough for a first down. Har-Ber wins. The #1 team in the state of Arkansas are the Har-Ber Wildcats.
That's football, guys. That's all it is.
Welcome, Wildcat Nation. On behalf of Superintendent Dr. Jim Rollins and Athletic Director Wayne Stellick, welcome to tonight's broadcast from beautiful Little Rock, Arkansas at War Memorial Stadium, where the #1 team in the state of Arkansas, the 11-1 Har-Ber Wildcats, play the 12-2 Fayetteville Bulldogs for the 7A state championship. My name is Donald Tucker, your voice of the Wildcats.
And my name is Blake Tucker. Good evening and welcome to a very special edition of WCSN. We are in War Memorial Stadium in Little Rock, Arkansas. Tonight, fans paid for their entire seat, but they will only need the edge. And this rematch of 7A West heavyweights will crown the state champion in the state's largest division. This, like I said, is a rematch of Week 7 in the regular season, where Har-Ber defeated Fayetteville 47-43 on a last-second touchdown pass from Fuller Chandler to Trey Smith. In that same game, Luke Hannon had 333 yards of rushing in pursuit of 1,882 yards on the season thus far. As far as appearances in the state championship game, this is Har-Ber's third appearance from 2007-2009, of course winning it in 2009. Fayetteville appearing in 6 of the last 7 games and won their last one in 2012. So this game, of course, we're looking for Luke Hannon to eclipse the 2,000-yard rushing mark if he puts up similar numbers to what he did in Fayetteville in the regular season. And the game plan stays the same.
Well, we're waiting for the teams to come on the field. Fayetteville won the toss. They deferred. Har-Ber will get the ball to start the ball game. A little bit about Fayetteville, coached by head coach Daryl Patton. They're 12-2 overall, 5-2 in the conference, 93rd in the nation, #3 in the state of Arkansas. Compared to Har-Ber, obviously coached by Coach Chris Wood, 11-1 overall, 7-0 in conference, undefeated conference champions, nationally ranked 62, #1 in the state of Arkansas. So, Blake, what can we expect starting off here right out of the gate?
Well, especially from Har-Ber, you expect the same thing that you've seen from them all season. You see a run-heavy offense, especially since it worked so well for them in the regular season game. You see accurate downfield passes from Fuller Chandler. As far as Fayetteville goes, they have Taylor Powell at quarterback, one of the best quarterbacks in the state. He's only a junior this year, but he's proven, not only through his numbers, but through his leadership of his team, that he can spread the ball around through their air raid style of offense. He gets it to all of his receivers. doesn't show too much favoritism. So the secondary of Har-Ber is going to have a very difficult time this game. They're going to have a big task of trying to contain that passing game. And then, of course, Har-Ber's defensive line has to work on containing Javonte Smith and Luke Rapert, the two running backs that they saw a hefty dose of in that regular season game, especially towards the end of it in the last second drives in the fourth quarter. So hemming up that rushing attack and putting pressure on the quarterback so the secondary has time to lock down those receivers will be the key for Har-Ber's defense.
So Fayetteville comes to the field in the kickoff formation. We got fresh 12 minutes on the clock here, War Memorial Stadium. It is chilly outside, low 40s, but there's no rain this week, so we have that to our advantage. And Har-Ber enters the field. And we are moments away from the 7A state championship, ladies and gentlemen.
It's worth mentioning that this will be the first game in the state this year that a new champion is crowned. Bentonville, of course, not making this game, being knocked out by Fayetteville last week. Neither of these teams won it last year, so whoever wins tonight will be the first official new state champion and non-repeating state champion.
So Har-Ber lined up to receive. We have the whistle for the start. And we are off. Kick is off. It is deep into the end zone, and that will give a touchback to Har-Ber. So Har-Ber will have the ball 1st and 10 from the 20 as we start the contest for the 7A state championship.
Har-Ber, of course, down here earlier this week, showing up on Wednesday, running through the paces a couple of times, driving back into Springdale, and then here again tonight, leaving this morning to get here and get everybody settled before this game. Maybe a little bit earlier jump on the week has kind of settled the nerves a little bit and given them time to adjust to the bigger atmosphere.
Chandler back at shotgun. Spread formation, drops back to throw, throws deep. Tyler Blackston, and in and out of the hands of Blackston.
Coach Wood's one of those coaches that we've seen all season long that tries to create momentum initially, sometimes with those really long plays, generating those big plays to capitalize on momentum after turnovers. In this case, very big game, state championship, trying to come out and make a statement. The long pass from Fuller Chandler, just slightly off target there, but you can't blame him for wanting to come out a little differently from what Har-Ber usually does in every other game.
2nd and 10 for the Wildcats. Ball still on the 20. Chandler back at shotgun. Dewendar comes back in motion. Hands it off to Hannon up the middle. He's met immediately at the line of scrimmage, and he is not going to get any yardage.
You know, it's interesting. We were here earlier today for the 6A state championship, and watching that game and the comparison from that game to this game where you watched Greenwood and Pine Bluff play each other. And it was a good game, but when you watch these two teams in the 7A play each other, it's just a slightly increased level of competition as far as intensity of play goes. You know, there's great players in every division in the state, but the amount of great players significantly increases as you climb that ladder.
Chandler back at shotgun, fires, intercepted by Fayetteville. Fayetteville's going to take it out and be tackled at about the 14-yard line.
That is not how you want to start a drive right there. Unfortunately, overthrowing the receiver, cutting across the middle of the field there. A rare misthrow from Fuller Chandler to start the game.
So that'll give the Purple Dogs the ball 1st and 10 from, it looks like the 19-yard line. I'm sorry, 14-yard line. There's 11 minutes, 6 seconds to go on the clock in the first quarter. Powell back at shotgun, twin split to the bottom of your screen, twin setback. Takes a snap, pumps the fake, throws the screen to the right-hand side. Jake Robertson chases him out of bounds, and he'll go out about the 9-yard line.
A little misdirection there early from Powell, faking the flare route to the near side of your screen, and then throwing the screen to the back side over there. All of the defensive linemen came through, and none of them read screen there as they continued to apply pressure and didn't back trace at all. Very effective play early on here from Fayetteville.
Powell back at shotgun. We have twin to the top, twin to the bottom, single setback. Throws to the top of your screen, and he is sacked for a loss. tackled for a loss of about 3 yards.
Brady Patrick in there on the tackle. The guy they've started rolling in at safety a little bit more. He's been very effective. We've also seen him play a little bit of receiver. He's just one of those guys that's extremely athletic that can make plays all over the field, making his presence felt very early on in the state championship game.
3rd down and 8 for the Purple Dogs. Trips to the bottom of your screen. Powell drops back, throws to the right, into the end zone for a touchdown. And Fayetteville will strike first tonight. So with 10 minutes, 25 seconds on the clock in the first quarter, Fayetteville 6 points.
That was a Weimer on the reception there, transfer from Springdale last year, I believe. Also getting involved a little bit early on in the game. Powell doing what he's done so well all season and finding one of the receivers that has been making plays for him all season long.
Fayetteville lines up for the extra point. Snap is down, and kick is up, and it is good. So that is going to give the Purple Dogs 7.
Austin Henderson coming in hot off the edge there. We've seen him do that several times this year, getting very close but never blocking one. If he's going to do it, the 3-year senior has to make it happen tonight.
So 10 minutes, 25 seconds, the first quarter. Fayetteville 7, Har-Ber Wildcats 0. It'll be interesting to see what Coach Wood dials up for response.
You know, you have 2 reactions here. He came out, throwing the ball down the field. He can pick up where he left off and not deviate from the game plan, or he can revert back to what we've seen him do all season long and rely primarily on the run. The one run that we did get to see, that drive was stuffed almost at the line of scrimmage. And so if the offensive line can get it together, then that option will be open to him just like it has been all season long. But we need to see if Har-Ber can establish that like they had in week 7.
We're ready to go. It looks like maybe a TV timeout down here, waiting for a commercial to finish.
Number 3, Dalton Donatara.
We're ready to go. Fayetteville kicks. The kick is up, and it is deep into the end zone, so that will be a touchback for Har-Ber. So Har-Ber will have the ball 1st and 10 from the 20-yard line.
It'll be interesting to see the approach that Coach Wood comes out here with. Like we said, came out very aggressive, something usually uncharacteristic of him. Like to see if he tries to stick with that and tries to continue to create momentum with those passes down the field, because this drive will tell us a lot about what he plans to do with the rest of the game.
So Chandler back at shotgun. We have twin split to the bottom of your screen. Luke Hannon single setback, 1 split to the top. Trey Smith comes, takes the ball in a jet sweep around the left-hand side, and he's going to be stopped for a loss. We do have a flag on the play.
Fayetteville's coming up and very aggressively playing the line of scrimmage here. Maybe it was smart of Coach Wood very early on to go downfield when some of those receivers were covered up one-on-one, and that's a pass that Fuller Chandler can make. Haven't seen him do it yet, though. Once he falls into a rhythm like we've seen him do before, shouldn't be much of an issue. But as long as Fayetteville's pressuring the line, it's going to be hard to get any kind of run game going.
So we have holding against the Wildcats. So that's going to drop them back 10 yards. It'll be 1st and 20 now for the Wildcats. There's 10 minutes, 17 seconds on the clock here in the first quarter. Har-Ber getting a little bit of a late start here on offense.
And we've seen it before. Har-Ber, one of those offenses that's very streaky. When they fall into that rhythm and they get hot, they're one of the best offenses in the state. But when they struggle, they definitely struggle.
Chandler back at shotgun, twin split to the bottom. Chandler's going to keep it. He's going to go 15 yards, got enough for a 1st down. He was down. Fuller Chandler keeping it up the middle for 23 yards. Great run, 1st down for the Wildcats.
That's something we saw him do last week at Southside, something where they kind of spread everybody out. They expect the pass coming, and then he just takes it up the middle and shows that kind of 4.6 speed that he has and runs away from everybody.
Chandler back at shotgun. Luke Hannon behind him. We have one split to the top, one to the bottom. Hannon goes in motion to the top of your screen. We have a flag on the play.
Play is blown dead.
False start against the Wildcats, so that'll back him up a little bit.
You know, I really thought that was something that Har-Ber got away from as the season went on. Starting to reemerge here. They really played clean games, I would say, after about week 2, where they didn't shoot themselves in the foot a lot. But starting off this game a little bit like we saw at the beginning of the season, where they're hurting themselves with penalties, and they're going to have to get away from that if they're going to try to hang with an offense like Fayetteville's.
So it's 1st and 15 for the Wildcats. Chandler back at shotgun. Hannon goes in motion to the top of your screen. Twin split to the bottom. Chandler drops back and looks. Got some pressure. He's going to keep it around the left-hand side and go out of bounds. About the 32-yard line.
Another play there. Great coverage downfield by Fayetteville's secondary. Fuller Chandler making something happen with his legs to avoid taking a loss there.
So he's going to chip away at that penalty, and now it's going to be 2nd down and 12. Chandler back at shotgun. Buchanan behind him. Trey Smith to the top of your screen. Looks like Tyler Blackston down here to the bottom. It's doing Dara, actually. Chandler's going to throw, overthrow, and interception.
Interception was thrown on the exact same route that the interception was thrown on the first drive. Had a receiver running that deep in route over the middle of the field there, almost kind of like a sharper dig, and both times overthrown straight into the arms of a waiting safety.
So the Purple Dogs will have the ball 1st and 10 from the 49. There's 8 minutes, 58 seconds on the clock. Ball back at shotgun, trips to the bottom of your screen, twins to the top. Quick throw to the right, and he's going to be tackled by Austin Henderson for a loss.
Austin Henderson reads the bubble screen perfectly and blows that play up before it has any chance to get started.
We'll bring up 2nd down and 11 for the Purple Dogs. Same formation. We have trips to the bottom of your screen. We do have a single setback and one split to the top. Powell back at shotgun. Takes the pass, the ball, hands it off to the right, and he is met immediately for another loss.
Har-Ber's defense making a statement here. They're going to have to stop Fayetteville's offense several times at the rate that Har-Ber's offense is struggling right now early on in this game. But luckily, we've seen them do that several times this year and step up and make big plays when it matters, and that's exactly what they're doing on this drive here with 3 and 14 set up. It's very promising for the rest of this game to see them playing with such intensity.
Trips to the top of your screen, twins to the bottom. Powell single set shotgun. Powell drops back, looks left, throws deep. Austin Henderson on the coverage, and it is broken up, incomplete.
Austin Henderson, one of those guys that even when he's in one-on-one coverage is totally effective. He's got the speed and he's got the height. That case, ran step for step with the receiver and just put his arm up and batted the ball away.
Austin Henderson, 3-year starter. He's got the experience. So it's 8 minutes, 17 seconds. It's 4th down and 15 for the Purple Dogs, and their punting team is on the field. And they are going to adjust. And the punt is off. If fair catch is called, and he's going to catch it about the 23-yard line. So it'll be 1st and 10 for the Wildcats from the 23. They're still trailing Fayetteville by 7. Har-Ber Wildcats off to a rocky start here on the offense.
A little bit, but that defense there stepped up in a big way and prevented a double-digit deficit in the first quarter here. Now they've given the ball back to their offense, and it's the offense's job to start making something happen. Unfortunate picks on the same route in the first 2 drives that we've seen, but now it's a new drive, and they have the opportunity to tie this game up thanks to the defense.
Chandler back at shotgun. We have twin split to the top of your screen. Hannon behind him. Hands off to Hannon around the right-hand side. Hannon is going to get 2 yards on the play.
Running game surprisingly not very effective yet this game. Like I said, Fayetteville's been pressuring the line, bringing extra guys, and really being aggressive and coming upfield to make plays, and stopped the first 2 runs behind the line of scrimmage. I believe that's the first positive yardage run besides the Fuller Chandler run where he broke up the middle there. But something that everybody knows needs to get started if Har-Ber is going to be effective on offense in any way.
Chandler back at shotgun. Hands it off to Hannon. Hannon is tackled right back at the line of scrimmage. Looks like the outside linebacker, defensive end, crashing down pretty hard there.
Yeah, Fayetteville's, they're just playing very aggressively right now. And we've seen on those 2 interceptions that Fuller Chandler has thrown, he's been throwing over the middle of the field where theoretically a linebacker would be dropping into coverage. And I think they're throwing that route because the linebackers are crashing to the line so hard to stop the run. It's just been bad throws by Fuller Chandler that have led to those picks, but something we expect him to iron out.
Chandler back at shotgun. Luke Hannon in motion at the top of your screen. Drops, he keeps. He's going to keep it up the middle. He's going to get close to the first down and across the first down, so that'll be a first down for the Wildcats.
And that's another play that you can run when a defensive line especially is getting upfield too quickly, because they will over pursue and collapse the pocket on themselves. And when they look inside, there's not a quarterback there because he stepped up in the pocket and then tucked it and ran with it. And so those kind of combination of mid-length middle routes and keeping the quarterback up the middle should nullify the aggressiveness of the Fayetteville pressure.
1st and 10, the ball is on the 33-yard line. There's 6:43 on the clock in the first quarter. Chandler back at shotgun, pitches it to Hannon around the right-hand side, picks up a couple blocks, gets a couple yards, and he's going to be close to the first down, but just a little short.
Luke Hannon finding some room for the first time tonight. It's all been Fuller Chandler thus far with 3 rushes for 34 yards.
2nd down and 1. Looks like Har-Ber's offense is finally finding some rhythm here. Twin split to the bottom of your screen. Chandler back at shotgun, 1 split to the top. Hands off to Hannon. Hannon is going to keep it, and he's going to fight close to the first down.
Depends on which referee we're looking at here. One of them has him spotted with enough, and the other one's slightly short. It's looking like they're going to mark 4th and inches.
And they're going to bring the poles out here and check for a measurement. It looks really close from up here. Sticks line up. And he is just short by at least 2 chain links.
Do not be surprised here if Coach Wood decides to go for it on his own end of the field. He's placed an immense amount of trust in his players, and you've heard him play it. You've heard him say it several times this year on how much faith he has in his players.
So this brings up 3rd down and a couple of inches.
Yeah, my bad. The box guy had changed a little bit early there.
Box guy, a little over-ambitious.
He's a little bit too good at his job.
Wildcats line up. Chandler under center. Takes a snap, hands it off to Hannon. Hannon breaks the 3. He's on his horse. Downfield, across the 30, across the 20, across the 15, down at the 8. Luke Hannon on his horse.
Explosive play from Luke Hannon there. Exactly what you expect to see from one of your best players in the biggest game of the year, making a difference here.
We're going to have a timeout here. Looks like we got a Fayetteville Purple Dog down. We're going to take the quick turnout with them. You're watching championship football, Wildcat football on the Wildcat Sports Network.
Hometown. That word still means something here. It means we're neighbors. We do the right thing. We care about your family. and you deserve the very best every time you walk in the front door. Harps, hometown fresh.
We're back at War Memorial Stadium. We have a Purple Dog down on the field, the original line of scrimmage. We have 5 minutes, 31 seconds on the clock. The Wildcats have the ball inside the 10-yard line. And looks like he's going to trot off the field on his under his own power, so we will resume gameplay.
Har-Ber now inside the 10-yard line, courtesy of Luke Hannon, and threatening to tie this game with 5:31 left in the first quarter.
Wildcats come to the line of scrimmage. Chandler under center. Luke Hannon, the lone setback. Kunkel in the slot, hands it off to, that's Nasalai. Nasalai gets close to the end zone, and I believe he scored. Touchdown, Har-Ber Wildcats.
Nasalai, one of those guys that you can count on to punch it into the end zone. He's your short yardage guy, linebacker style running back who just loves to hit people. Doing it there, dragging 3 Fayetteville defenders into the end zone with him. And pending this point after attempt here, we're going to have a tie football game with 5 minutes and 12 seconds left in the first quarter.
Trey Smith set to hold. There's 5:12 on the clock here in the first quarter. The kick is up, and it is good. Har-Ber Wildcats tie it up 7-7 here at War Memorial Stadium, Little Rock, Arkansas. And I believe we got a little bit of a ball game on our hands, Blake.
We do, and something that the Har-Ber offense found this drive was the ability to rush the football. Completely, almost no yards. I actually think negative yards in the first two drives rushing. But that third drive, they kind of came alive courtesy of that Luke Hannon run there. Finish off by Nasalai, both guys exceptional running backs. The entire drive went 7 plays for 77 yards, capped by that 8-yard rush by Nasalai.
Kunkel doing a fantastic job with the block there to make that all happen.
And Kunkel's done a fantastic job with the block all season long. You can lump him in there when we talk about the offensive line and how critical they are to Luke Hannon's rushing success and his title as the leading rusher in the 7A West. We talk all year long about how that's been the offensive line, but that's also been Clayton Kunkel blocking into that second level there and sometimes chipping on the defensive line to generate those gaps for him to run through.
Har-Ber lines up to kick. Kick is up. It's a little short. Be received about the 8-yard line. Bulldogs going to be tackled about the 29-yard line. So they'll have the ball 1st and 10 from the 29. There's 5 minutes and 5 seconds to go here in the first quarter.
Another fun statistic for you here. Har-Ber so far in this first quarter has 101 yards of offense. Fayetteville with only 10 yards of offense.
It's interesting. Powell back at shotgun, trips to the bottom of your screen. One setback and one split to the top of your screen. Powell hands it off up the middle, and he's going to be tackled. He's going to get about 4 yards on the play.
Har-Ber's defense is still playing very stout. They haven't been on the field as much as Fayetteville's defense, but one thing they've gotten better at over the course of the year is their conditioning.
Powell hands it off again up the middle. He's met immediately at the line of scrimmage. I think he got 2 yards, and we've got some laundry on the field.
Flag came in from the referee about 15 yards away, and he's going to signal a face mask to the head official there. He knew exactly what he saw, and he launched that flag like a quarterback.
And that's what we have is a face mask against the Wildcats. So that is going to give the Purple Dogs a first down. First and 10 from the 41.
Another one of those 5-yard variety that we saw so much earlier today.
Powell back at shotgun, twin split to the top, twin to the bottom. Hands it off to the right-hand side. There's a little bit of a seam, but Har-Ber shuts it down.
Peyton Kofer delivering the pop there and finishing that play. Luke Rapert on the carry. One of that powerful running back tandem that Fayetteville uses to take some pressure off of Powell.
Kofer closing quickly to shut down The rush, second down and 8 with 4:15 on the clock in the first quarter. Trips to the bottom of your screen. Powell back at shotgun, throws to the right, incomplete, or excuse me, there's a flag down.
And below this play dead usually indicates a false start. And that's the call we're getting from the head official.
That is right. Back Fayetteville up. About 5 yards. That'll be second down and 13 for the Purple Dogs. There's 4:07 on the clock in the first quarter. Powell shotgun with the spread formation. Powell drops back, throws to the running back in the flat. And he's going to get a first down.
Ramirez makes the play outside the numbers. How often do you see a nose guard that's not Ramirez making a play outside the numbers? Excellent effort by him. When that ball was completed, the closest defender was Blaze Brothers, and he was about 15 yards away. Great hustle effort by the interior of Har-Ber's defense to make sure that play didn't go for more yards.
Powell gets the ball, hands it off to the right-hand side. Looks like to Rupert.
Rupert again up the middle there. Har-Ber's defensive line coming up big. Austin Henderson down here playing corner.
Powell drops back, looks to his right. He's under pressure. He's going to scramble, and he's going to get close to the first down. And Jake Robertson shutting it down just before a first down.
Taylor Powell not happy that he got hit on that last second slide, but he did take a little bit long to go down on the slide, so you cannot blame the defenders there for finishing the play.
It's third down and 1. He's going to keep it up the middle.
This will be an interesting spot here, depending on where it is. It looks like they're going to give him enough for the first down. Kind of judged that we're right here on the line, seeing both line judges walk down the line gave us a pretty good angle on the first down marker.
So it's first down and 10 for the Purple Dogs. There's 2:40 on the clock. Going to hand it off again to Rupert, and he's going to be shut down. He's going to get about 7 on that play.
Yard pickup, second and 2. Luke Raker over left tackle. Around the leg by number 26.
Bring up third down and 2 for the Purple Dogs. 2:07 on the clock. Twin split to the top, twin to the bottom. Powell back at shotgun. Powell's going to hand it off to Rupert, and he is going to stretch across the first down marker. Luke Rupert coming alive here in the end of the first quarter.
He is, and we saw him do that in the Week 7 game as well. It's only a matter of time before a back like that gets involved in a big way. It just happened for him very early in this game.
Powell back at shotgun. Fakes the handoff, throws across the middle, and he is incomplete and punished.
Peyton Kofer makes sure he's going to be running with alligator arms for the rest of the night. Says hello with the front side of his shoulder pad. That was a big hit. He is strutting around on the backfield now.
Kofer, a sophomore, playing like a college player, just levels Fayetteville Bulldogs.
You play with that kind of intensity, you have scared receivers across from you.
Hands it off to Rupert. Rupert's going to dance. He's going to get back to the line of scrimmage. He may get a yard.
Again, guess who it is? Peyton Kofer getting in there and leveling the first hit, even though he wasn't the closest defender. He's one of those guys, even though he's a sophomore, that understands the importance of this game and knows how hard he has to play in order to pull through for his team, making plays all over the field in a big way tonight.
Third down and 9 for the Bulldogs. Trips to the bottom of your screen. One split to the top. Powell back at shotgun. He's going to drop back. He looks to the left, throws to the left. It is intercepted. Intercepted.
Brady Patrick with a huge interception.
Har-Ber's going to get the ball 1st and 10 from the 8-yard line.
Powell's only 7th interception of the year. He's thrown 48 touchdowns. Coming into this game, he had 48 touchdowns and 6 interceptions. Now 7 interceptions on the season. Very rare for him, but Brady Patrick now coming up in a big way. Har-Ber secondary answering the call that I said they would need to at the beginning of this game to play against a quarterback of Powell's caliber. But so far, answering that call.
Chandler under center. There's 1 minute, 1 second on the clock. We're tied up at 7. Takes a snap, fakes a pitch, hands it off up the middle. And that's Tyler Blackston, and he's going to get close to a 1st down. That's going to bring up 2nd down and a half a yard.
Tyler Blackston, the leading receiver for Har-Ber, but also takes those underneath handoffs sometimes and some jet sweeps, gets involved all over the field, and is also an excellent blocker downfield. When Luke Hannon decides to break a long run, this guy can do it all.
Hands it off to Hannon. Hannon's breaking free a little bit there. He's got 5 yards. He's going to tack on 2 more. So that's going to give him 1st and 10 from the 21. Luke Hannon, good for 6-7 yards. 18 seconds in the 1st quarter.
7 carries for 70 yards so far in just the 1st quarter here. Clock will roll out for the 1st quarter here. What more can we say about him that we haven't said all season long? You know, he needed coming into this game 118 yards to get 2,000 for the season. And yet, he's got already part of the way there here in the 1st quarter. Over half the way there in the 1st quarter. Just one of those guys that can do it all. He's agile. He's the one cut back, but he also breaks those long runs down the field like he did earlier. Just the complete back and totally deserving of back-to-back conference rushing titles.
So at the end of the 1st quarter, Wildcats tied with the Bulldogs here at the 7A State Championship, War Memorial Stadium, Little Rock, Arkansas. And we've got a bit of a fist fight on our hands.
Yeah, we knew this was going to be a good game. You know, when Fayetteville and Har-Ber play each other, it's always a good game. Har-Ber taking 7 of the last 10 from Fayetteville. A little bit of edge historically, but when you look at these teams specifically, this regular season game between these teams was one of the hardest fought and one of the highest scoring games all season long. And so coming into this, we knew that it was going to be a fist fight coming in. We knew it was going to be a close game. The only question now is who's going to come out on top at the end. And we're going to have to wait, obviously, till the end to find that out.
Har-Ber back at the line of scrimmage. It's 1st and 10. Ball is on the 27-yard line. And Fuller Chandler is under center. Luke Hannon behind him and Kunkel in the slot. Hands off to Hannon. Hannon bounces out to the left-hand side. He's going to get about a yard on the play.
Har-Ber so far 122 yards in the game with 2 touchdowns. 2 turnovers, I'm sorry. And Fayetteville with 79 yards total and 1 turnover. Both teams with 1 touchdown. Obviously evidenced by the score of 7-7.
Har-Ber comes to the line of scrimmage. 11:28 on the clock. He continues to run. Here in the I formation. Chandler under center. Fakes the handoff. Steps up in the slot. He's looking. He's going to keep it to the outside. And he's going to get about 2 yards on the play.
Fuller Chandler delivering the bulk of that hit. Even though I believe that was a safety coming across the top there to make the play, somehow wound up on his back after lowering his shoulder on a quarterback.
That's what happens when you try to tackle with your chest. It's 3rd down and 7 for the Wildcats.
Har-Ber here in a crunch situation, third and a longer distance.
Spread formation. Chandler back at shotgun.
He's got a one-on-one with Trey Smith on the near side of the screen. 2 for 3 on third down so far.
Drops back. He's scrambling to the left-hand side, and he's going to go out about the line of scrimmage.
Fayetteville so far doing an excellent job of containing him and not letting him get a lot of yards if he does decide to break the pocket around the edge. It's going to create a 4th and long here for Har-Ber. We'll almost certainly see a punt.
10:15 on the clock here in the second quarter. We are still tied up 7-7. And Har-Ber lines up for punt. And the kick is down, and it gets a great bounce. It's going to be received about the 28. And he's going to be tackled about the 29.
Brighton Cook in there to finish that play. East and west running does not usually work on this coverage team here for Har-Ber. They're usually very good about staying in their lanes and not over pursuing there. 44-yard kick. Trey Smith.
So that'll give the Purple Dogs 1st and 10. The ball is on the 29-yard line. And there is 10 minutes and 3 seconds on the clock. Gonna hand it off. Nope, he's going to keep up the middle. Throws. And he's going to get enough for a 1st down. Like he was going to keep it up the middle there, and he pulled back and throw.
It wasn't so much bad defense there as it was exceptional offense. The spin as he was catching the ball there completely faked out Blaze Brothers. Wasn't able to corral him and generated an extra 7 yards on that play.
Fayetteville with trips to the top of your screen. It's 1st and 10. The ball's on the 41. Got a single setback and it's one split to the bottom. He's looking left, throws deep, and that is going to be incomplete, out of bounds. Austin Henderson all over that coverage.
Rare off-target pass there from Powell. That ball landed well out of bounds and require a very, very long reach from his receiver to pull down in bounds. Not often you see him miss a throw like that, usually very accurate on the season.
2nd down and 10, 9:46 on the clock here in the second quarter. The ball is on the 41-yard line. We have trips split to the bottom of your screen, one to the top. Powell is the shotgun. Man in motion, flags on the play.
Flags in from all over the place. We'll get a quick call here from the official.
And we have legal procedure, false start against the Purple Dogs, so that'll back them up. So that'll be 2nd down and 15. Ball is now on the 36-yard line. Spread formation, Powell back at shotgun. He drops back, looks left, throws left. He's got a man deep and incomplete.
Overthrown once again. A little bit out of rhythm here for Taylor Powell, not able to connect on 2 consecutive passes. Going to bring up a 3rd and very long for this Fayetteville offense that has struggled greatly. Converted on 3rd down 3 out of 5 times.
3rd down and 15, 9:38 on the clock. We have trips to the bottom of your screen, twin split to the top. Powell back at shotgun, drops, looks to the right, throws deep to the right, and that is going to be overthrown, and we're going to have a pass interference.
Taylor Powell slow to get up after getting leveled by one of the Har-Ber defensive linemen. He's going to feel that one tomorrow morning. There is a penalty on the play, and this will probably be a pass interference against Har-Ber's defense. Which will grant an automatic 1st down to Fayetteville.
That'll be 9 minutes, 32 on the clock. It's 1st and 10. The ball is just inside the 50 now at the 49-yard line.
As defense progressively better as they move towards their own goal line. We've seen that all season long. Expect them to step it up a notch now that they're inside of their own territory.
Twin split to the top, twin stack to the bottom. Powell and a single setback. He's going to hand it off up the middle.
Javonte Smith on the carry, mixing it up a little bit from the usual.
Kofor in on the stop, along with a host of other Wildcats there. Looks like David Val on the play as well. That is going to bring up 2nd and 5 for the Wildcats.
It's always a good thing as a defense if it's difficult to call who is in on the tackle, because that means guys are swarming to the ball, and it's tough to attribute a solo tackle to any individual player.
Powell takes the ball, hands it off up the middle again, and he's going to break. He's down to the 5 into the touchdown. That is going to be a touchdown for Fayetteville.
Luke Har-Ber doing his own impression of Luke Hannon's earlier run, except him scoring a touchdown on that one. Long run, a little bit of a shake and bake towards the end there, getting into the end zone. Very impressive run.
So Rapert's going to put 6 on the board for 13 as they line up for the extra point. Snap is down and up, and it is good. That is going to give the Purple Dogs 14 over the Wildcats 7 with 8:52 to go here in the first half.
Austin Henderson laying out for every single one of these kicks, trying to get his hands on one. He will do it eventually. It's just a matter of when and how it will impact the game.
A little bit of a slow start for a Wildcat Bulldog football game.
It's a slow start also for a Fayetteville offense that I believe set a state record this year for points per game average. They're used to putting up huge amounts of points regardless of who they play. Har-Ber's defense doing an excellent job of keeping them in check so far, only allowing 14 points from this Fayetteville offense with 8:52 left in the half here. It's going to be a back and forth game if it continues at this pace. A little bit of an extended break here as we wait for commercials to end.
Be interesting to see what Coach Wood has drawn up here for the Wildcats. Fayetteville does the kick. The kick is going to be into the end zone, and that'll be a touchback. So they'll have the ball 1st and 10 from the 20-yard line. They've got 8 minutes and 52 seconds on the clock here in the second quarter.
Blackston, the one that fielded that punt. Remember, Blackston was the one that caught the 30-plus yard touchdown pass from Fuller Chandler in the second round against Conway to give Har-Ber the 20-17 win. Just squeaking by a Conway team they beat handedly earlier in the season. That catch brought to you very late in that game. One of the big players around all season, trying to make his presence felt in the biggest game of the year tonight.
Chandler back at shotgun. He's going to fake the handoff, keeps it around the right-hand side. He's got some room, and he's going to be tackled. He looks like he's got about 8 yards on the play.
I'm usually not a fan of quarterbacks running in any style of offense, especially at a high school level. But Fuller Chandler does it in a way that he's not risky about it. He doesn't fight tackles and doesn't risk that injury. And so he carries that same kind of elusiveness that Luke Hannon has. And I haven't seen him ever get hit really hard like I have some other rushing quarterbacks in the 7A West. So not as much of an issue when Fuller Chandler rushes.
Chandler throws to the right-hand side, looks like to Blackston. Blackston's going to have enough for a first down. He's going to tack on about 6 yards on top of that.
Har-Ber's offense picks up exactly where they left off, being effective on a play-to-play basis.
Bring up 1st and 10 for the Wildcats. 8:09 on the clock. Ball is on the 37-yard line. Chandler back at shotgun. Luke Hannon behind him. We have twins split to the bottom, one to the top. Hannon's going to keep the ball up the middle, met at the line of scrimmage, and he's going to get about a yard on the play.
It's worth mentioning that the last completed pass from Fuller Chandler was his first on the night to a Har-Ber player. Hopefully to see more of that as the game goes on, because when that starts happening, really opens up rushing lanes for not only himself, but Luke Hannon as well.
2nd down and 9 for the Wildcats. 7:30 on the clock. Wing split to the top. Trey Smith down to the bottom. Luke Hannon comes in motion. It looks like we have a false start.
Had a lot of those this game, and maybe chalk it up to mental errors, playing in a bigger environment than they're used to. Maybe the magnitude of the game itself. Luke Hannon so far now with his rushing total tonight is at 1,954 yards on the season, inching ever so closer to that 2,000-yard mark. Regardless of what his rushing total for the season is after tonight, I can guarantee you he won't be happy unless they come home with a state title.
Chandler back at shotgun, spread formation. Chandler's going to keep it. He's got some room out here on the right-hand side. He's across the 50, and he's going to step out at the 47.
Har-Ber so far with 5 penalties for 40 yards, but a lot of that wiped out of memory with an effective rush there from Fuller Chandler.
So with 6:55 on the clock, the Wildcats will have the ball 1st and 10 from the 48-yard line.
Chandler so far with 7 rushes for 61 yards, doing an excellent job of using his legs to create opportunities.
So Chandler back at shotgun. We have one split to the top, one to the bottom. Luke Hannon behind him. Takes the handoff. Luke Hannon's got the ball, and he's going to be sacked for a loss. Great penetration from the Purple Dogs.
2 Fayetteville defenders broke free immediately, tracking down Luke Hannon. There was no way to get out of that one. Sometimes it's safer just to go down and prevent injury and live to fight another day. Maybe a breakdown in communication there on the Har-Ber offensive line.
So that's going to bring up 2nd down and 15. The ball's now on the 47-yard line. There's 6:28 on the clock. Here in the 2nd quarter.
5 yards off from the play. It's 2nd and 15 from the Wildcat.
Twin split to the top, one to the bottom. Chandler back at shotgun. Luke Hannon behind him. Luke Hannon gets the fake. Chandler drops back, throws deep. He's got a man open, and it is going to be in and out of the hands of Dungara. Incomplete.
That ball was closer to on target, maybe even exactly on target, but just great defense coming in there and breaking that play up. Wasn't pass interference. They were both going for the ball, arriving at the same time. Clean defensive play, just barely out of the reach of Dungara there.
So that's going to bring up 3rd down and 15. 6:05 on the clock.
Coach Wood, though, as you've seen twice this game, not scared to go down the field. Very long passes, and eventually Fuller Chandler will connect on one of those. It's only a matter of when and where.
So Chandler back at shotgun, twin split to the top. Cannon comes in motion. He drops back. He looks for a guy. He's got a guy. Looks like he has Trey Smith open, and it is intercepted by Fayetteville.
There's a flag down on the play. Unless this is a defensive penalty, we're going to see it declined most likely, so the interception stands. If that interception stands, that will be Fuller Chandler's 3rd interception on the night.
Waiting for the referees to discuss it.
Illegal shift.
That is against Har-Ber, so that interception will stand.
Fayetteville's going to take over down on their own 11-yard line here, but another turnover for Har-Ber with 3 now in the first half. 5:57 left in the second quarter here. You begin to think that, you know, you have to rely more on the run here because Fayetteville secondary is playing so effectively.
So that's Joey Savin with his third interception tonight. Powell back at shotgun. Hands it off on the jet sweep around the left-hand side. And he's going to be tackled out of bounds about the 15-yard line, so he'll get about 5 on the play.
Noah Hayward rides him out of bounds there. Peyton Kofer took maybe an ill-advised inside jump on that one there, creating a route around the outside edge, but thankfully Noah Hayward able to hang on and keep that play from turning into more than just 3 or 4 yards.
That is going to bring up 2nd down and 6. There's 5:48 to go here in the second quarter as the Wildcats look to shut down the Bulldogs. Powell fakes the throw to the right, give and go, and it is complete for a first down and about 20.
Blaze Brothers coming back to that one. Too late to play the football. Does a good job, though, of playing the receiver, making sure he got wrapped up and didn't get any extra yards after the catch there.
That is going to give the Purple Dogs a 1st and 10. The ball is on the 38-yard line. Fayetteville twin split stacked to the top, stacked to the bottom. Powell hands it off up the middle, and he's met immediately by Nasalai.
By Nasalai, finished off by Peyton Kofer and Noah Hayward. Also David Vowlin on the tackle.
A little bit of punishment. 5:24, the clock continues to run. And the ball is on the 40-yard line, so it is 2nd down and 8. Like Powell back at shotgun, twins top, twins to stack to the bottom. Looks across the middle, and he's got a man open. It's complete. And that's going to be a 1st down for the Purple Dogs.
It's like a skinny post there out of the receiver, hugging that hash mark down the side. Blaze Brothers just a little bit behind that receiver. Again, having to play the receiver, but it'll move the sticks again for Fayetteville.
5:02 on the clock. It's 1st and 10 for the Purple Dogs. Ball's on the 42-yard line. Powell drops back, looks at the screen, and Jake Robertson, initial contact, but he fights forward and gets about 3 yards on the play.
Great read out of Jacob Robertson there. Thankfully, other players read the screen as well as he was able to shake free of Robertson's tackle.
That'll bring up 2nd down and 7 for the Purple Dogs.
Peyton Kofer and Blaze Brothers among defenders in on the tackle.
Trips to the top of your screen. Powell's shotgun, one to the bottom. Fakes the pump, throws deep to the left-hand side, and that is going to be incomplete.
Powell's dropped again there. A monster hit from Noah Hayward, I believe. He's taken a lot of very hard hits in order to try to hang in there and deliver these balls. Makes you wonder how much longer he can take that with the kind of protection he's getting.
The Har-Ber defense notorious for taking quarterbacks out of the game.
Yeah, and not necessarily for playing dirty. They just play at that level of intensity. They love to hit people, and they are equal opportunity hitters. It doesn't matter if you're offensive line or quarterback, they'll hit you just as hard.
3rd down, trips to the left. Powell drops back, and we've got a flag. Legal procedure against the Purple Dogs. So that'll be a false start. That'll back them up. So there's 4 minutes and 38 seconds to go here in the second quarter. The Purple Dogs have the ball and the lead, 14-7. And it is going to be 3rd down. We'll let them mark it off. 3rd down and 11. 3rd down and 12. Fayetteville trips to the top of your screen, one to the bottom. Powell back at shotgun. Powell's going to drop back, looks to the left. Nobody open. He's going to throw deep across the middle. And it's in and out of the hands.
Brady Patrick
breaking up the play.
Brady Patrick closed a lot of ground there to get in the way of that ball, coupled with the fact that the ball was underthrown, set him up perfectly for the interception. But instead, we're going to get a 4th and long and most likely a Fayetteville punt.
4th down and 12, 4:30 on the clock. Fayetteville not in their punt formation.
Like them to go for it here, it appears.
So Har-Ber's going to take a timeout and think about it. We're going to take the timeout with them. You're watching Wildcat football in the state championship game at War Memorial Stadium on the Wildcat Sports Network.
Do you need new tires? Do you want a price match guarantee? Do you want to wait in a newly renovated waiting room? Do you want tire services at any time with no appointment? Then Tire Tracks is the place for you. With our price match guarantee and the largest inventory of new and used tires in the area, we have tires for every budget. Tire Tracks, Northwest Arkansas's largest independent tire dealer.
Welcome back.
A little bit of an update here just on your passing statistics. Fuller Chandler on the night is 1 for 6 for 8 yards and 3 interceptions. Powell a little bit under his usual passing numbers, 9 for 16 for 84 yards with a touchdown and 1 interception here with 4 minutes and 30 seconds left in the half.
So Fayetteville back to punt, but Har-Ber has nobody back to defend. So the kick is up, and it is going to take a Fayetteville bounce and be down to about the 10, rolls to the 9, and it's going to be down on the 9-yard line.
A little bit of a helpful roll there for the Purple Dogs. It's going to put the Wildcat offense in a little bit of a hole.
So there's 4 minutes, 17 seconds to go in the half, and the Wildcats have the ball 1st and 10 from the 9. Har-Ber not a stranger to having their back against the wall and have to come out fighting.
No, and we've referenced it several times. More often than not, they're extremely effective when they have long distances to go. We affectionately refer to it as a running start, and they continuously surprise us with what they can do.
Chandler under center. Hannon in the backfield. Hannon's got the ball, falls to the left-hand side, and he's going to get about 6 yards on the play, and maybe even 5 yards.
Surges to around the 15, number 47 for the Bulldogs. Eli Hale makes the play.
So that'll bring up 2nd down and 5.
3 minutes
on the 14-yard line.
3 minutes and 51 seconds here. You know Har-Ber will be content to score as time expires here and not give the ball back to Fayetteville's potent offense.
Chandler under center, Luke Hannon behind him. Hands it off across the inside to Blackston, and Blackston's going to get about 3 yards on the play. 3:24 on the clock. It continues to run. It's 3rd down and about a yard.
18-yard line. 3 yards on the game, 3rd and 1.
Clock continues to roll, now under 3 minutes and 12 seconds.
Chandler under center, Luke Hannon behind him. Hands it off. Luke Hannon fumbles the ball but quickly recovers it.
Jumps on top of it quickly, realizing what a bad situation it would be to give the ball up inside of your own 20-yard line.
That is going to bring up 4th down and 3 for the Wildcats.
Offense is still on the field.
Chandler's under center, 4th and 4. "12 seconds on the play clock. Looks like they are going to stay on and run a play. Hands it off to Hannon. Hannon is going to be close to the 1st down. I think he got it.
The referees are spotting him about a yard north, and they're not even going to measure. They're just going to signal the chains to move.
That is the gutsy call by Coach Wood.
Inside of your own 20 with over 2 minutes on the clock, yet Har-Ber converts in a very difficult situation there, courtesy of the workhorse back Luke Hannon, something he's done all season long.
Wildcats 1st and 10 from the 20, 2:15 on the clock. Chandler under center. Luke Hannon back, gets the ball, bounces around, and he's going to get about 6 yards on the play, which is pretty typical for Luke Hannon.
Hannon's own agility, the culprit for his demise in that play. Ended up taking himself down with a side cut there, wasn't able to plant his foot in the ground.
Almost looked like a karate kick. 2nd down and 4. Ball's on the 26-yard line. There's 1:45 on the clock. Chandler under center, Luke Hannon behind him. Hannon's going to get the ball over the right-hand side, follow the surge. He's going to be close to a 1st down.
Har-Ber now with 173 yards rushing on the ground. A little mix there of Fuller, Chandler, Luke Hannon, and Nasalai.
That is going to bring a 3rd down and a yard, maybe a half a yard. Chandler under center again. Luke Hannon behind him. Fayetteville loading the box. They know what's coming. So Luke Hannon has got a 1st down. He's got about a yard past that.
Once again, showing off his fullback skills. Even when the entire Fayetteville defense knew he was coming right down the pipe, couldn't stop him, and they'll convert the chains. They'll move the chains again here. 1:07 left in the half.
It's 1st and 10. The ball's on the 31-yard line, and there is 1:07 on the clock.
Clock now rolls after the chains have been set.
Chandler under center, I formation for the Wildcats. Fakes the handoff. Rolls to the right. We have a flag on the play and another interception.
There's a flag down in the backfield. Will probably be a holding call that will be declined. Will be Chandler's 4th interception. Now I believe 1 for 7 for 8 yards and 4 interceptions.
And it is a hold against the Wildcats. So that is declined. And the Purple Dogs will have the ball 1st and 10.
Fuller Chandler off to a rocky start this game, uncharacteristic for him. Usually very effective through the passing game. Just slightly off target through this 1st half.
1st and 10 for the Purple Dogs on the 49-yard line.
This defense has 49 seconds here to defend before the half.
Powell drops back, throws left. He's got a man open, and it is completed.
Incomplete, was bobbling on the sideline.
Incomplete, out of bounds at the 10. Big play from Har-Ber.
There's a flag down as Taylor Powell was hammered by 2 Har-Ber defenders, once again taking a nasty shot.
So it's hold against the Purple Dogs. So whether it was complete or not is irrelevant.
That'll back him up. Just a bad play there for Fayetteville. Did not get the completion call. Powell took a shot, and they'll be backed up thanks to a holding call.
So that'll bring up 1st down and 20 for the Purple Dogs.
Har-Ber's defensive line providing relentless pressure.
Trips to the bottom of your screen. 1 to the top. Powell drops back, looks to the right. Got an inside tunnel screen. He's got a man scrambling across the 40. Down at the 37.
Clock now still running. It will be stopped by a timeout with 32 seconds left in the half.
I think we'll take a quick timeout with them. You're watching Wildcat football on the Wildcat Sports Network.
Hi, I'm Susie Everett with Everett Chevrolet. You've heard me say we have a better way to buy your new Chevy. If you've not been here to find out what that means, I want to invite you to come see us. You'll love the way we do business. And you can shop our great selection of the North American Truck of the Year, the Chevy Silverado, with the best V8 fuel economy of any full-size truck. Family owned, customer friendly, Everett Chevrolet in Springdale, I-49 at Elm Springs Road.
Welcome back to War Memorial Stadium for the 7A State Championship football game. Har-Ber Wildcats versus the Fayetteville Purple Dogs. 7-14, Fayetteville leads. We have 32 seconds left to go here in the 2nd quarter, and it is 2nd down and 3 for the Purple Dogs.
Har-Ber defense here with the clock on their side. Just has to keep Fayetteville from scoring a touchdown or getting into field goal range. Not sure what automatic field goal range is for their kicker.
So Fayetteville trips to the top of your screen, single setback, pallet, shotgun, 1 split to the bottom of your screen. Rapert in the backfield. Powell drops back, looks, having trouble finding someone, throws someone to the flats on the right, and it is complete for a first down, and it's going to stop the clock. First and 10.
Har-Ber doing a great job getting open there. Nobody for Powell to throw to, had all day to throw it. Har-Ber just getting upfield, and nobody peeled off to cover him up. And now Fayetteville's in the acceptable range, I should say, for a high school kicker.
Same formation, trips to the top of your screen. Powell back at shotgun. Powell looks to the left, under pressure, rolls to the left. He's going to keep it. He's got enough for a first down and out of bounds about the 9.
Powell now making things happen with his feet, creating room, similarly elusive to Fuller Chandler. A little more success passing through this first half here, but now with 15 seconds left on the clock, Fayetteville is within striking distance of the end zone.
It's going to be first and 10. The ball is on the 14, and there's 15 seconds on the clock. Twin split to the top of your screen. Powell's back at shotgun, drops back, looks to the right, lofts it deep. That play is broken up. Incomplete. Corner of the end zone.
Blaze Brothers blanket coverage there. Excellent job not making contact before the ball touched the receiver's hands. Got in there and made it a phenomenal play. 10 seconds now on the clock. Har-Ber's got to be comforted that they can be saved by the buzzer here.
Second down and 10. Ball's on the 14, and there is 10 on the clock. Got twin split to the top, stacked. Twin split to the bottom, and it looks like we have a Har-Ber timeout. So we're going to take the quick timeout with them. You're watching Wildcat football on the Wildcat Sports Network.
And your choice for high school football is Springdale.
Welcome home to Lindsay Living. From value-packed basic apartments with appliances and washers and dryers to resort-style apartment living on golf courses with fabulous amenities, you'll love where you live and play. Visit lindsaymanagement.com to apply online and see photos, rates, and floor plans for all locations we manage throughout Arkansas and in surrounding states.
Welcome back to War Memorial Stadium, Wildcat Sports Network. We're concluding timeout here by Har-Ber, or the second 10. Ball's on the 14-yard line, and we have 10 seconds to go in the first half. A little bit of a nail-biter here for the Har-Ber side.
Yes, but they have to be comforted by that clock. They know that they just have to keep this Fayetteville offense out of the end zone for 10 seconds here. 2 plays if they budget time effectively. Big 2 downs here.
Trips to the bottom of your screen. And we got a timeout here for Fayetteville.
Interesting situation here. I mean, Har-Ber's defense has been playing what I would call great, much improved from the last time that these teams met back in week 7. And here just before the half, Wildcat Sports Network would also like to thank Catering Unlimited and Tire Tracks for sponsoring the broadcast equipment to make the broadcast of this game possible.
Fayetteville back on the field ready. Coach Fimple's getting some last instructions for his defense. Second and 10. Ball's on the 14, and there's 10 seconds to go in the first half. Fayetteville lines up, trips to the bottom of your screen, 1 split to the top, single setback, Powell's back at shotgun. Raper goes in motion to the bottom of your screen. It's like another timeout here.
You got timeouts to burn, you might as well go ahead and burn them. And we're just taking turns wasting time here with now 7 seconds left. I'm sure they'll put time back on the clock.
Right. Yeah.
And they do. Back to 10 seconds now. Just trading punches of timeouts. Har-Ber with 0 timeouts left. Fayetteville with 1 timeout. Hopefully they don't extend this any longer.
Har-Ber micro-adjusting every bit they can, keep Fayetteville Bulldogs out of the end zone. It's a little bit of a chess match.
Well, we have a little bit of a break here. Worth mentioning a fairly good turnout of Har-Ber fans here despite a chilly night and a long drive to Little Rock. Nevertheless, dwarfed by the size of a fairly large stadium.
True. All right, we are back in play. Fayetteville trips to the right. Powell back at shotgun. Raper back at lone setback. He's going to go in motion to the left-hand side. There's defense adjusting. Powell drops back, looks to the left. He's going to roll to his left. He's going to throw, and that is going to be incomplete.
Austin Henderson on the coverage there. Great job of pulling up, not pushing the receiver, which would have generated a pass interference. Fayetteville's going to have one more play left now with 3 seconds left. You almost guarantee they are going for the field goal here.
That is going to be a 31-yard field goal attempt. 3 seconds on the clock. The kick is up.
It is no good.
The kick is no good. Har-Ber escapes into the halftime. Locked in at 7-14 Fayetteville Bulldogs.
John Fagg misses it narrow left. I saw the ball disappear behind the left pylon. You saw the referee bend his back just to try to get a better angle on it. Just barely missed, I believe. That'll take us into halftime, though.
So we're going to cut to halftime, let you enjoy the Har-Ber Wildcat Band. We'll be back right after this. You're watching state championship football on the Wildcat Sports Network.
Almost 1 out of every 4 students are bullied in school each year.
But did you know that over half the situations stop if a student peer intervenes?
It's time to join together and make a stand.
And whether you're an athlete,
In the band, or finding your own passion.
Stand up, because together we can make the difference.
We came to Arvest Bank to see what makes it different.
It's a community bank that really reaches out to the customers to make them feel special. I feel special every time I come in here.
They want to be involved in the community and want to be part of the community.
They support our university, our athletic department.
They've told us that they could have a fleet of volunteers there to help this year if we needed.
I see them at a lot of our Hispanic community events that we do.
I can't think of another bank in the city that has such a big community presence as Arvest.
Arvest Bank, our customers say it best.
Hi, I'm Susie Everett with Everett Chevrolet. You've heard me say we have a better way to buy your new Chevy. If you've not been here to find out what that means, I want to invite you to come see us. You'll love the way we do business. And you can shop our great selection of the North American Truck of the Year, the Chevy Silverado, with the best V8 fuel economy of any full-size truck. Family owned, customer friendly, Everett Chevrolet in Springdale, I-49 at Elm Springs Road.
140,000 students claim that they are physically abused at school. 3.2 billion kids are bullied each day. 90% of students from 4th to 10th grade claim that they've been bullied. Only you can prevent bullying.
We came to Arvest Bank to see what makes it different.
I'm from the old school, I believe in people talking to people.
When they say have a good day, I think they actually mean it.
Yeah, there's a smile every time you come in.
I walk in, I feel like a king rather than a pauper.
It doesn't matter if you deposit $1 or $1 million.
They treat everybody the same.
The customer comes first, and I like that.
They always go above and beyond to take care of us.
I didn't rehearse this.
No.
This is coming from right here.
Arvest Bank, our customers say it.
Hometown. That word still means something here. It means we're neighbors. We do the right thing. We care about your family. And you deserve the very best every time you walk in the front door. Harps. Hometown fresh.
We hope that ask you that you join us in our new tradition at FHS, the Go Dogs Spellout. We need your help to make this work. Fayetteville fans, are you ready? Give me a G. Give me an O. Give me a D. Give me an O. Give me a G. Give me an S. What's that spell? Louder. One more time. And there they are, ladies and gentlemen, the Fayetteville High School Marching Bulldog Band. The Bulldog Band is under the direction of Barry Har-Ber, Brett Lawson, Trey Antonetti, Michael Post, Lewis Clark, Caleb Pond, and Richard Wiseman. Guard instructors are Trey Antonetti, Betsy O'Connor, and Crystal O'Boyle. Thank you for your support of the Marching Bulldog Band.
Hi, I'm Susie Everett with Everett Chevrolet. You've heard me say we have a better way to buy your new Chevy. If you've not been here to find out what that means, I want to invite you to come see us. You'll love the way we do business. And you can shop our great selection of the North American Truck of the Year, the Chevy Silverado, with the best V8 fuel economy of any full-size truck. Family owned, customer friendly, Everett Chevrolet in Springdale. I-49 at Elm Springs.
Almost one out of every 4 students are bullied in school each year.
But did you know that over half the situations stop if a student peer intervenes?
It's time to join together and make a stand.
And whether you're an athlete,
in the band,
or finding your own passion,
stand up, because together we can make the difference.
Hometown. That word still means something here. It means we're neighbors. We do the right thing. We care about your family. And you deserve the very best every time you walk in the front door. Harps. Hometown fresh.
This is Jack. And this
I am starving!
is Jack's appetite. It's never satisfied.
I'm hungry, hungry.
Seriously, dude?
What?
Then Jack's mom started serving Tyson Anytizer snacks. With all white meat and lots of protein, they're the only snacks that make Jack's appetite disappear. Tyson Anytizer snacks. Consider snacking solved.
We came to Har-Ber Bank to see what makes it different.
There's branches everywhere.
Throughout Oklahoma and Arkansas, Missouri, and Kansas.
There's an Har-Ber branch within 2 miles of my office in any direction.
I can literally go down the street and still make a deposit.
There are Har-Bers everywhere.
I can get popcorn, suckers, and friendly smiles.
There's as many locations as there are kernels of popcorn in this bag.
Whatever branch I'm in, they treat me like it's my bank, like it's my small town branch.
Har-Ber Bank, our customers say it best.
Do you need new tires? Do you want a price match guarantee? Do you want to wait in a newly renovated waiting room? Do you want tire services at any time with no appointment? Then Tire Tracks is the place for you. With our price match guarantee and the largest inventory of new and used tires in the area, we have tires for every budget. Tire Tracks, Northwest Arkansas's largest independent tire dealer.
Our color guard is coordinated by Danny Dare. This year's marching production is entitled The Planets, a composition inspired by Roman mythology and renowned composer Gustav Holst. Tonight we perform Mars, the bringer of war, Venus, the goddess of beauty, and Jupiter, the king of the gods. And now, taking pride in excellence, the Springdale Har-Ber High School Wildcat Marching Band. And there they are, the Springdale Har-Ber High School Wildcat Marching Band. The students and staff of Har-Ber High School Band would like to thank Dr. Young and the administration of Springdale Schools for their continued support of the arts in Springdale.
We came to Arvest Bank to see what makes it different.
It's a community bank that really reaches out to the customers to make them feel special. I feel special every time I come in here.
They want to be involved in the community and want to be part of the community.
They support our university, our athletic department.
They've told us that they could have a fleet of volunteers there to help this year if we needed.
I see them at a lot of our Hispanic community events that we do.
I can't think of another bank in the city that has such a big community presence as Arvest.
Arvest Bank, our customers say it best.
Do you need new tires? Do you want a price match guarantee? Do you want to wait in a newly renovated waiting room? Do you want tire services at any time with no appointment? Then Tire Tracks is the place for you. With our price match guarantee and the largest inventory of new and used tires in the area, we have tires for every budget. Tire Tracks, Northwest Arkansas's largest independent tire dealer.
Hi, I'm Susie Everett with Everett Chevrolet. You've heard me say we have a better way to buy your new Chevy. If you've not been here to find out what that means, I want to invite you to come see us. You'll love the way we do business. And you can shop our great selection of the North American Truck of the Year, the Chevy Silverado, with the best V8 fuel economy of any full-size truck. Family owned, customer friendly, Everett Chevrolet in Springdale, I-49 at Elm Springs Road.
Hometown. That word still means something here. It means we're neighbors. We do the right thing. We care about your family. And you deserve the very best every time you walk in the front door. Harps. Hometown fresh.
Welcome back, Har-Ber Wildcat Nation. As we conclude the halftime there, Blake, we have any score from around the 7A West?
Yes, we do. It's this game. So far, the Fayetteville Bulldogs are leading the Har-Ber Wildcats 14-7, and those are the only two teams remaining in conference play for the 2015 season. So instead of doing traditional score updates, let's give a first half update from this game. Through the first half, Fayetteville Bulldogs have 14 points. Har-Ber Wildcats have 7 points. Fayetteville also managing 12 first downs, and Har-Ber only 8 first downs through the half. Fayetteville's total offense for the game, 207 yards, and Har-Ber 177 yards of total offense. Evenly matched as far as yards go, basically, and it's really as far as total plays run. When you look at time of possession, Har-Ber holding a slight advantage thanks to their excessive running that they had. The main stat that sticks out here when you look at the first half stat sheet is the fact that Har-Ber has completed one pass for 8 yards. Fuller Chandler struggling a little bit through the first half. Threw 4 interceptions, only completed 1 of his 7 attempts. If Har-Ber is going to be successful in this half coming up, number one, we can't turn the ball over. Right now, Har-Ber's operating on a -3 turnover margin, and it's very difficult to win games the larger that margin grows. And so step one, key number one, eliminate that turnover margin. Try to climb back from that, and it's going to be difficult against a Fayetteville team that doesn't give up a lot of turnovers. Second part of that is get the pass game going. Be smart with the football. Even if it's some short routes over the middle or some curl routes, get receivers the ball, get them comfortable, start amping up that completion average. And then key number 3 is continue to use the run. Don't try to increase the pass game by going exclusively to the pass. The run has been working very well. Har-Ber so far is 26 rushes for 169 yards through the first half. They've been doing it very well. Thanks a lot to Fuller Chandler and Luke Hannon, both of those guys averaging a lot of yards per carry. Of course, Luke Hannon with the monster 50-yard carry early in the first quarter. more of the same. I think we should look to say these offenses are evenly matched. The point differential that you see now has come from those turnovers when Har-Ber threw that interception way down on or turned the ball over way down on their own end of the field. As long as they can mitigate that, they have a chance to claw their way back into this one. I'll throw it back to you as we get ready for kickoff.
So the Wildcats come onto the field. Purple Dogs on the field. We are ready to kick off the second half of the 7A Arkansas State Championship. As Blake had mentioned, the Wildcats trail by 7 as we line up to kick off. And here we go. As kick is up, it's going to be received right on the goal line. And he's going to be tackled about the 12-yard line, so that'll give the Purple Dogs 1st and 10 from about the 12.
It'll give it to them from the 20 as the referee signaled a touchback. Referee signaled a touchback and blew the whistle dead, which indicates that the ball, I guess they are going to give it to him on the 12-yard line.
Yep.
Defender started to pull up there and people stopped blocking, but
Powell back at shotgun, trips to the bottom of your screen, one to the top. Powell takes the snap, fakes, hands it off, and he's met immediately at the line of scrimmage.
dropped there courtesy of David Val.
Val coming in and issuing a couple yard loss there. Well, no, looks like he got back to the line of scrimmage. So that'll bring up 2nd and 10 for the Bulldogs. Powell back at shotgun. Quick pass to the outside. And he's going to get about 7 yards.
Brady Patrick frozen a little bit on that fake, but was able to catch up when the receiver ran into the presence of Blaze Brothers there, trying to fend off a block from the wide receiver.
That's going to bring up 3rd down and 4 for the Purple Dogs. 11 minutes, 9 on the clock, 3rd quarter. You got twins to the bottom of your screen, twins to the top, single setback, pallet shotgun, hands it off up the middle, and he is going to be tackled. He'll have enough for a 1st down, but he'll get tackled about the 25-yard line.
And that'll move the chains there. Har-Ber's defense needs to bow up and give their offense the ball back. They survived a first half while turning the ball over 4 times. They need to get back in this by getting their offense back the ball and letting them establish momentum like we've seen them do countless times this year.
Powell back at shotgun. Then stacked to the top, hands it off up the middle, and he's met pretty close to the line of scrimmage. He might have got 2 yards of forward progress.
Devontae Smith there on the carry, breaking a few tackles on his way to a hard-fought 4-yard gain.
It's going to bring up 2nd and 6. Ball's on the 29, 10:26 on the clock. Twin stack to the top. Powell back at shotgun, twin stack to the bottom. Hands it off up again, up the middle again. And he's going to be just short of the 1st down.
Brady Patrick teeing off on the back there as he was held up by 2 Har-Ber defenders. You got to love shots as a safety like that when you have somebody just served up on a platter for you.
It's going to bring a 3rd down and 1 for the Purple Dogs. Same formation. Stack to the top, stack to the bottom. Powell hands it off up the middle, and he's going to be dropped for a loss.
Maslai on the drop there. Huge 3rd down play to bring up a 4th down coming in from the backside.
So that is 4th down and 1, and it looks like the punt team is going to come on for Fayetteville.
Absolutely phenomenal play from the backside, tracking down the running back.
We are not in punt. We are in an offense formation under center. Going to pitch it, and he's got enough for a 1st down. Oh, he's still on his feet. He's off to the race. Across the 30, he's going to be tackled. It looks like about the 25-yard line.
Backpedals on his own power about 5 yards after contact was made. Nevertheless, despite the fact that he ran backwards, fantastic run there, broke a tackle, and was off to the races there. It's going to set up Fayetteville It's a 40-yard run to set up Fayetteville on the 26-yard line within striking distance of the end zone. Fayetteville now looking to go up by 14 points if they can put points on the board here.
Ball sits at the 26-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10, 9:03 on the clock. Fayetteville in the spread. Powell back at shotgun. Fakes the handoff. He rolls to the left, throws, intercepted by Austin Henderson. Henderson across the 15 to the 20 and out at the, he's going to be tackled about the 19-yard line. So Wildcats dodge a bullet.
Powell throwing another interception. Both quarterbacks unstereotypically throwing interceptions this game. Austin Henderson takes advantage and strips Fayetteville of the opportunity to get into the end zone there, granting a much-needed turnover, decreasing that turnover margin. First multi-interception game by Powell.
It's a big statistic right there. 8:51 on the clock. It's 1st and 10. The ball's on the 18-yard line. Wildcats. One split to the top, and looks like we're going to get a running start at this one with some laundry on the field.
Defense immediately didn't flinch and just pointed across the line, highlighting it for the referees, and that'll be an easy call for them every time.
So that'll give them 1st and 15, 8:51 on the clock. The ball's going to be on the 13-yard line. Har-Ber, sometimes they like to back up a little bit and get a running start at it. Dara up across, handing up the middle. He's still on his feet. He's going to get close to the first down. He's got enough for a first down. Just like I said, they back up sometimes for that running start. And that is Luke Hannon, ladies and gentlemen.
Luke Hannon is electric when he touches the ball, and just like that, reinvigorates the Har-Ber fans, gets them on their feet. This Har-Ber offense is starting to find that rhythm again.
So it's 1st and 10, balls on the 31-yard line. 8:38 on the clock.
Luke Hannon now at 1,987 yards on the season.
Hands it off to Hannon. Hannon follows the hole. He's got wide open in the hole. Across the middle into the 50-yard line. That's enough for a first down. That's about a 20-yard run.
Just like that, Luke Hannon with that rush has crossed the 2,000-yard mark in rushing for the season. Official count of 2,005 yards after that rush.
8:17 on the clock, 1st and 10 on the 48. Hands it off to Hannon. Hannon's going to fight back to the line of scrimmage. Kind of a little bit of a Wildcat offense running here.
It is, and you know, we've seen it all year long, and we know because of Luke Hannon's 333-yard performance against Fayetteville this year that he has the ability to do it to them. Just mind-boggling to think of how many yards that he's rushed for this season, improving over last season's total even, where he also led that season by an additional 500 yards. Tonight, 19 for 124 yards and still going strong.
Hannon fakes, and that is going to be intercepted again.
In and out of the hands of Kunkel, pulled off of the receiver, pulled off of Kunkel's hands. Phenomenal defensive play by Fayetteville there. Back and forth, chalk that up as interception number 5 for Fuller Chandler.
7 minutes, 28 seconds to go here in the third quarter. We are still trailing Fayetteville by 7. And the Bulldogs have the ball 1st and 10 on the 49. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a battle at War Memorial Stadium, no question. Like a waggle to the left-hand side, he's going to be tackled. He's going to get about 4 yards on the play.
Brought down there by Robertson and Austin Henderson. Only 3 yards on the gain there. Great flow from the interior of the Har-Ber defense.
That's going to bring up 2nd down and a long 6. Powell's going to hand it off up the middle again. And he is going to get collapsed by Robertson and Ramirez. So that's 3rd down and 2 now for the Bulldogs. The ball's on the 43-yard line. 6:45 on the clock. Raper's going to get enough for a 1st down.
Masalai made contact with Raper in the backfield, and Raper able to stay on his feet for an additional few yards there to move the sticks. Great run by Raper, showing that he has the skills to be an effective running back in a heavy pass offense.
Powell back at shotgun, trips to the top of your screen, 1 to the bottom. Hands it off to Raper up the middle. And he is going to be stopped. They're going to say he's got 3 yards, but that's questionable.
The intensity level on both sides of the field is off the charts. We've seen Har-Ber play with this before, in very tight games, but you see every single guy out there selling out because they know this is their last game regardless if they win or lose.
Raper's going to take it and bounce around the left-hand side. He's going to go up the middle, and it looks like he's got the ball on the ground. Har-Ber football.
And the referee has signaled an unbelievable defensive play. Take your pick on who's going to create the next turnover. That time it's the Har-Ber defense. Unbelievable.
Har-Ber has the ball 1st and 10 now from the 24. And folks, we're just trading licks going back and forth. This is a battle here at War Memorial.
And after watching the first game, week 7 between these two teams, you wouldn't expect anything less. But even I, in my wildest dreams, could not imagine the turnovers that would happen in this game at such pivotal moments. We have 5 minutes, 49 seconds left in the 3rd quarter with a lot of game left to play. This game is still very tight.
Hannon up the middle. He's going to bounce to the right-hand side. He's going to get about 3 yards on the play. That'll bring up 2nd down and 7 for the Wildcats.
Har-Ber,
5:30 on the clock.
Har-Ber here still not abandoning the run. Staying with Luke Hannon and his ability to get that 6.7, 6.9 yard a carry average.
Chandler back at shotgun, hands it off. Nope, throws it. He's got a wide open juke and jive. Blackston's going to get about 3 yards on the play.
You can tell here that Fuller Chandler's upset with how this game has gone so far for him, putting a lot of zip on that pass out to his receiver. No way any defender was going to come close to that one, and as a result, Tyler Blackston was able to catch it with a few tenths of a second to spare and create those extra yards.
3rd down and 4 for the Wildcats. 4:47 on the clock. 1 split to the bottom, 1 to the top. Chandler back at shotgun, hands it off to Luke Hannon. Hannon fights, has enough for a 1st down.
Another 3rd down conversion for Luke Hannon. That'll move the chains. And every time Har-Ber moves the chains, it's just another pat on the back. It's another boost in momentum for them. And when they have momentum on their side, they are virtually unstoppable.
Wildcats 1st and 10. Ball is on the 36-yard line. Twin to the top, 1 to the bottom. Chandler back at shotgun. Luke Hannon behind him. Blackston comes to the short side of the field. Luke Hannon's going to get it. He's going to bounce to the left-hand side. He's going to get about 4 yards on the play.
Clock will continue to roll here, down under 4 minutes and 8 seconds. Offense starting to slow it down a little bit here now.
2nd down and 6. Ball's on the 40-yard line. Wildcats come to the line of scrimmage. Twin split to the top, 1 to the bottom. Luke Hannon behind Chandler. And he is immediately hitting the backfield, taking him back to the original line of scrimmage.
He's been dropped quickly, and what Fayetteville has not had to defend against yet is a heavy pass option. They've been able to key on this rushing game for the most part, and yet Har-Ber's still been able to do that effectively. What nobody has seen yet is if Har-Ber does start completing some passes down the field, how Fayetteville is going to react to that added dimension. And if that dimension is added, we might be seeing a Fayetteville defense that is in trouble.
3rd down and a long 9. Chandler is going to be tackled. He's going to get 2 yards, but he is going to be far from a first down.
After that 3rd down play, Har-Ber's now 4 for 9 on 3rd down. It's going to bring up a 4th and long on their own end of the field, and we'll likely see a punt team here.
And the punt team is on the field for the Wildcats. 2 minutes, 46 seconds on the clock. It continues to roll here in the 3rd quarter. 4th down and 8. The ball is on the, looks like it's on the 38-yard line. Trey Smith back to do the punting.
Trey Smith 44 yards on his last punt. We'll look to add to that with this one. Robertson a little late getting to the field.
Robertson on the sideline signing autographs.
They're going to have to call a timeout here because Robertson was not on the field. Trying to avoid a delay of game penalty. I'll talk things over here. During this timeout break, the Wildcat Sports Network would like to thank Catering Unlimited and Tire Tracks for donating the audio equipment to make this broadcast of the state championship game possible.
2 minutes, 13 seconds to go here in the 3rd quarter. 4th and 8 for the Wildcats. Ball's on the 38-yard line. And we have the punt team on the field. I guess this is any different than any time Fayetteville and Har-Ber play. It's just basically who scores last.
Yeah, every single time these teams play, I feel like something ridiculous happens. I can't think back to, when before I was playing at Har-Ber, watching Sean Saron return the kickoff at Fayetteville to seal the game for that team. Just crazy events like that, and Fayetteville's had a few as well.
Trey Smith kicks a beautiful kick end over end. He's going to take a Fayetteville bounce and just check up there at the 32-yard line.
So yeah, I feel like every time these teams play, there's always something that happens that just makes fans on both sides say, wow. This game, maybe it's been the incredible amount of turnovers on both sides, but and maybe the low scoring for two typically high-powered offenses. But at the end of the day, it's a different ball game when these two teams face each other, whether it's in Fayetteville or Springdale or down here in Little Rock.
So Fayetteville comes to the line of scrimmage, 1st and 10 on the 32, trips to the top of your screen, one split to the bottom, throws across the middle, and he's got enough for a first down. He tackled immediately at the 45-yard line.
Powell rifles that pass in there. Excellent throw, something he's known for. He's a high completion rate passer. Usually very accurate and very safe, demonstrating that statistic with that pass.
Trips to the top of your screen, one to the bottom. Powell back a shotgun, hands it off. He is met immediately.
Noah Hayward in there.
Hayward for a loss.
Number 7, Noah Hayward rides him down.
Javonte Smith checked in now at running back.
2nd down and a long 10 for the Purple Dogs. Powell rolls to the left, throws, got a man open. And that is enough for a first down for the Purple Dogs.
Austin Henderson and Brady Patrick in on the tackle. A little bit of breakdown in communication on the coverage there that allowed that receiver to come open, but luckily they were able to come back, converge on the receiver after the ball was caught.
1st and 10 for the Purple Dogs. Ball's on the 37-yard line. We're making some adjustments here. We got twins stacked to the top, twins stacked to the bottom. Powell's going to hand it off up the middle.
He's got some
There's
space.
A seam on the right-hand side.
Javonte Smith
the 20.
taking it down inside the 20-yard line, probably to the 19. Is one of those guys. Javonte Smith and Luke Raper, both of them are very effective running backs, each in their own way. Both of them gouged Har-Ber for yards back in week 7. Look for them to play a key role in the second half of this game as well.
Same formation, Raper up the middle. He's going to bounce it to the left-hand side, and he is going to get down to the goal line. Touchdown for the Bulldogs.
Stretching at the goal line, making sure his knees didn't touch. Another impressive run after the first by Javonte Smith, showing off some of his versatility. That's going to give the Fayetteville Bulldogs a 21-7 lead over the Har-Ber Wildcats pending the completion of this PAT.
Powell really slow getting up after that play.
He's been hit very hard several times this game. He's definitely going to be sore tomorrow, but if Fayetteville wins the game, it'll be worth it for him.
Fayetteville for the extra point. The snap is good. The kick is up. The kick is good, so that is going to give the Purple Dogs 21. Wildcats 7 with 55 seconds to go here in the third quarter.
And that's why the state championship game is such a big deal. Whether you win or whether you lose, your season is over after this. For some of these seniors, their football careers are over after this. So it doesn't matter how banged up you get in this game or how sore you think you're going to be on Saturday morning. The only goal of this game is to win, because you have at least all offseason and sometimes forever to recover from this game. But you want to come out on top, and that's why both these teams are fighting so hard here tonight.
So Fayetteville lining up for the kickoff.
Fayetteville scoring drive, 68 yards in 5 plays, consecutive 8.
A little bit of a TV timeout here.
Back deep to receive is Dalton Doandara, Trey Smith, I believe Tyler Blackson on the far side.
So here we go. 55 seconds to go to close out the third quarter here at the state championship in Little Rock. And the kick is off. It's a load line drive received at the 5-yard line. And we are not sure where the ball is, but here it comes. He's got some room across the 30, crossed into the 40.
I did not.
A little bit of a sunburst reception.
I believe they called that return a starburst a starburst return. Blaze Brothers there getting the ball. I didn't even see where he was lined up on the return team, but plan working to perfection there. Har-Ber's going to start with great field position here on their own 40-yard line.
1st and 10, just inside the 40, about the 39-yard line. 45 seconds on the clock. Chandler back at shotgun. One to the top, one to the bottom. Looks like Luke Hannon next to him. He's going to bring Trey Smith in motion. And Luke Hannon gets the ball, gets the snap. He's got enough for a first down. He's going to cross into Fayetteville territory.
He is way across the 50 there. Nice little 10-yard carry, just adding to his total. Got 24 carries for 146 yards on the night. Just another day of work for Luke Hannon.
1st and 10, 30 seconds on the clock. Luke Hannon is going to go back up the middle, and he is stopped for about a 2-yard gain.
Fayetteville once again crashing hard on the run here. Should open up the field a little bit for Har-Ber to throw some receiving or throw some routes over the middle. They trust Fuller Chandler to do so. Also some of those draws that we saw earlier in the first half.
Looks like we are going to get a timeout here. So we're going to take that at the end of the quarter. We're going to take a quick timeout. We're watching Wildcat football on the Wildcat Sports Network.
Hi, I'm Susie Everett with Everett Chevrolet. You've heard me say we have a better way to buy your new Chevy. If you've not been here to find out what that means, I want to invite you to come see us. You'll love the way we do business. And you can shop our great selection of the North American Truck of the Year, the Chevy Silverado, with the best V8 fuel economy of any full-size truck. Family owned, customer friendly, Everett Chevrolet in Springdale, I-49 at Elm Springs Road.
Welcome back, War Memorial Stadium, Little Rock, Arkansas, for the 7A state championship game, Fayetteville Bulldogs versus the Har-Ber Wildcats. We are 12 minutes at the start of the fourth quarter at the conclusion of the state championship game, Blake.
Yes, it's quarter number 4. It's like we talked about just not too long ago, this could be the last quarter a lot of these seniors play. For all of the seniors, it'll be their last quarter as a Har-Ber Wildcat, which means something to a lot of these guys that have played together for 3 years. So this is the quarter, if they have anything left in the tank, this is the quarter to leave it all in the field, and these coaches have probably told them that. So look forward to a very exciting quarter from both of these teams.
So Chandler back, shotgun, look to the right, throws, complete, and he's just short of the first down.
That play right there is exactly what Fuller Chandler needed for his confidence. We've seen him make throws like that. We've seen him make throws like that all year long. He's capable of doing it, and knowing that he can do it on a stage such as this is important for his psyche. Very exciting for him going into the rest of this quarter.
So that's third down and 1. Chandler back at shotgun, hands it off to Luke Hannon. Luke hits the surge, and it looks like he's got enough for a first down. It's going to be close. And they're going to move the sticks. So that'll give him 1st and 10 from the 39-yard line. 11:16 left to go in the ball game.
Very important that Har-Ber come away with points here. Now down 14 to the Bulldogs. This is going to be a game. A touchdown has to occur here now with less than 11 minutes left in this fourth quarter.
Chandler back at shotgun, twin split to the bottom, hands it off to Luke Hannon. Hannon is going to fight for about 5 yards. Second 6, 10:31 on the clock. It continues to roll.
Har-Ber here taking their time between plays, making sure they get every play call right. This is a very crucial drive.
Chandler back at shotgun, twin split to the bottom. He backs and throws. It is in and out of the hands of Trey Smith.
Trey Smith hit square in the hands, couldn't hold on to the ball. It was a rocket from Fuller Chandler.
It's going to bring up 3rd down and 6. Ball's on the 34. And the clock is stopped with the incompletion at 10 minutes to 12 seconds.
We have a 3rd and medium distance here, the Wildcat offense.
Chandler back at shotgun, twin split to the bottom of your screen. Luke Hannon bounces to the left-hand side. He's got enough for a first down.
Another 3rd down conversion for Luke Hannon. You need yards. He is your go-to back in this offense. Obviously a senior this year, playing in his last quarter, one of those guys that is leaving it all on the field in this quarter.
1st and 10 on the 26, 10:02 on the clock. It dips under 10 minutes now. Chandler back at shotgun. Twin split to the bottom. Luke Hannon's going to get it, sidesteps one, and he's going to get about 4 yards on that play.
A play that should have gone nowhere, but thanks to Luke Hannon's lateral agility, able to make a play happen, make the first 2 guys miss. Har-Ber set up with an interesting 2nd down just outside their own 20-yard line. I'm sorry, Fayetteville's 20-yard line.
9:30 on the clock, 2nd down and a long 6, we'll call it 7. Chandler back at shotgun, formation is spread. Luke Hannon comes across. Chandler going to keep it up the middle. He's going to bounce to the left-hand side. He's going to be close to the end zone. That's going to be a touchdown. We do have a penalty on the play.
It's in the back side of a play. It is holding against the Wildcats, completely taking the touchdown off the board and killing that momentum. Har-Ber will back up 10 yards and get to try again.
Well, Har-Ber no stranger to getting a run at it. They've done it all year long.
And then so far on the night, 29 carries for 164 yards. You almost feel like you continue to ride him through the rest of this quarter. So he's gotten you to where you are now as far as offensive productivity.
Spread formation. Chandler back at shotgun. It's 2nd down and 15. Chandler back, fading, rolls to the left again. He's going to go out of bounds at the 22-yard line, 21-yard line. So he's going to get a big chunk of that penalty back.
Fuller Chandler's first run since the first half. He erases those penalty yards and sets up a manageable 3rd down here. As the clock continues to tick down and we have a 14-point deficit on our hands, you're starting to get that question of, is it 4-down territory? And I think for Har-Ber's offense, you know, these possessions from here on out are 4-down possessions. You have 4 downs for every 10 yards, and you have to put points on the board just in case Fayetteville takes it down and scores on one of theirs.
3rd and 5 for the Wildcats. Fuller Chandler back at shotgun. Hands it off on the reverse. It's a flea flicker throwback to Chandler, and it is going to be complete and just short of the 1st down.
It's going to bring up a 4th down. About a yard to go.
So that's 4th and a yard. Interesting position here for the Wildcats.
This is a big possession here, or a big play here for both teams. Fayetteville's defense is able to stop Har-Ber's offense. They have a good shot at running down a lot of this clock and sealing the game. Har-Ber, on the other hand, needs this play.
Chandler comes to the line of scrimmage under center. Luke Hannon behind him. Takes a snap, hands it off. Luke Hannon bounces to the right-hand side. He's got enough for a 1st down. Just inside, looks like about the 14-yard line. So that's 1st and 10 for the Wildcats.
Luke Hannon taking a break from his usual 3rd down conversions, this time converting on 4th down, just as welcomed by the Har-Ber fans. Ball's now on the 14-yard line, and Har-Ber is threatening to score for 1st down.
Ball on the 14, 1st and 10 for the Wildcats. 8 minutes, 8 seconds on the clock. It continues to run.
Har-Ber 2 for 2 on fourth downs.
Chandler under center. Fakes a handoff. Blackston gets it across the middle. He's going to be stopped. He might have got a yard or 2.
A respectable move by Blackston to try to cut it up inside, as that's usually what's advisable. But that time he had open space on the outside edge. Looks like the backside corner had completely left. Nevertheless, good idea cutting it up. Still gained a yard there instead of potentially losing 3 or 4.
So 2nd down, 9. Ball's on the 13, 7:30 on the clock. Spread formation, Chandler back at shotgun. Luke Hannon, bad snap. And Fayetteville gets the ball back. Full recovery.
And Har-Ber has killed its own drive and given Fayetteville great field position to start this game. A rare bad snap. I don't think we've seen one of those all year from this offensive line. Attribute that to the stress of such a big stage and a high-profile game. That is going to make it very difficult for Har-Ber to come back, but this defense will fight with everything they have to try to get the ball back for their offense.
So Fayetteville has the ball, 1st and 10, 37-yard line. Powell back at shotgun, trips to the top of your screen. Rayford is tackled for a loss, about 2 yards.
Noah Hayward and Osley on the tackle, showing impressive closing speed and aggressiveness, playing just as hard as they were in the 1st quarter. These guys don't look tired at all.
It's going to bring up 2nd down and 12 for the Purple Dogs. Ball's on the 36. Powell's back at shotgun. Hands it off immediately. Nope, he does not. He keeps it. He rolls around to the left-hand side, and he's going to be sacked or tackled by Hall. And he's going to get about 3 yards on the play.
All showing off his closing speed, too. Taylor Powell, not an easy guy to track down, but Hall laying out on the end of that play, wrapping him up and making for a nice 3rd and long conversion here. 6 minutes, 28 seconds left on the clock is going to create an opportunity for Har-Ber's defense to get the ball back to their offense.
6 minutes, 15 on the clock. Now back at shotgun, spread formation. Toss back, looks right, heaves it deep. And it is completed.
Joint possession, even if that goes to the receiver. Blaze Brothers not able to break that pass up. And the clock will roll after these chains set, and Fayetteville's given a new set of downs. Every first down takes more time off the clock and makes it more difficult for Har-Ber to have any hope of coming back in this one.
6:02 on the clock, 1st and 10 for the Purple Dogs. Ball's on the 42.5 yard line. Excuse me, 37.5 yard line. Trips to the top of your screen, single to the bottom. Powell back at shotgun. Powell hands it off up the middle to Rapert. Rapert's getting a tackle, but he's going to get about 6.
Another explosive run there. Clock continues to run now, done under 5 minutes and 32 seconds.
Looks like we've got an injured player here. I think that's Rapert.
And there's sign out for an injured player.
We're going to take a quick commercial break as they attend to the player. You're watching Wildcat football on the Wildcat Sports Network.
This is Jack. And this
I am starving!
is Jack's appetite. It's never satisfied.
I'm hungry, 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 hungry. Seriously, dude? What?
Then Jack's mom started serving Tyson Anytizer snacks. With all white meat and lots of protein, they're the only snacks that make Jack's appetite disappear. Tyson Anytizer snacks. Consider snacking solved.
Do you need new tires? Do you want a price match guarantee? Do you want to wait in a newly renovated waiting room? Do you want tire services at any time with no appointment? Then Tire Tracks is the place for you. With our price match guarantee and the largest inventory of new and used tires in the area, we have tires for every budget. Tire Tracks, Northwest Arkansas's largest independent tire dealer.
We're back here at War Memorial Stadium, Little Rock, Arkansas, where the Wildcats are trailing by 14. 5 minutes, 30 seconds to go here in the ball game. Purple Dogs have the ball, 2nd down and 4. It's on the 31. Rapert back at Powell back at shotgun, hands it off up the middle. Breaks the tackle.
Devontae Smith takes it into the end zone, and that could very well be the final nail in the coffin for the Har-Ber Wildcats. Fayetteville Bulldogs opening a 28-7 lead with 5 minutes and 9 seconds left in the game. A stunned Har-Ber sideline and fan base. Very tough run from Devontae Smith.
So Fayetteville lines up for the extra point.
Number 5, John Flagg, out of the hold.
Kick is down, or kick is up, and there's a flag on the play.
The flag is down on the extra point.
It's likely this flag will be irrelevant. Personal foul against Har-Ber.
Personal foul is indication.
As is standard, I think this personal foul will be enforced on the kickoff. The kick will remain good.
5 minutes, 9 seconds to go in the ball game. Fayetteville Purple Dogs 28, the Wildcats 7.
You know, we've expressed before how difficult it is to beat a 7A West team twice in the same season. Much more difficult than the fact that it's now the state championship game. And it's a fact that Fayetteville knows very well, and Har-Ber knows very well, going into playoffs, several times losing in the playoffs to a team that they beat in the regular season, which it looks like what we're going down into that kind of a scenario here. It's just goes to show you the level of competition in the 7A West and how well these teams prepare each and every week for these games.
So they will kick from the 45-yard line. And that kick is going to sail out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. So Har-Ber will get the ball 1st and 10 from the 20. They've got 5 minutes, 9 seconds to put 21 points on the board just to tie it up.
This offense is capable of doing that. The key is, will they do that? I don't think these guys should lay down. They have 5 minutes and 9 seconds left to play football, one of the greatest sports on the planet. And, every single minute they have left, they should be able to cherish that. And, some guys might not get a chance to play the state championship level again. This might be the only time they get to play here. So, treat every opportunity as such and embrace it.
Chandler back at shotgun, drops back. Floyd scrambles. Trey Smith is complete for a 1st down. He is out at the 30, it's like about the 33.5-yard line.
Fuller Chandler throwing these passes with authority. There's a flag down on the far side of the field. The feet of Luke Hannon.
Legal man downfield. We have a offensive lineman going out on a pass pattern. So that is going to drop him back a little bit farther.
Five minutes and 2 seconds left on the clock. Penalty create a 1st and 15.
1st and 15, 5:02 on the clock. Chandler back at shotgun, spread formation. Hands it off to Hannon around the right-hand side, and he's going to get back to the original line of scrimmage.
Har-Ber so far in the game with 9 penalties for 75 yards. Creating a hard hole for this offense to dig out of.
.441 on the clock. It continues to roll. 2nd down and 11. Chandler back at shotgun. Twin split to the top. Hands it off to Luke Hannon. Hannon's on his horse. Got enough for a 1st down. He's going to fight for about 4 more yards. Luke Hannon being the workhorse for the Har-Ber Wildcats, but we're going to have to accelerate the yardage and the points a little faster.
They're going to have to turn Fuller Chandler loose and let him throw the ball down the field here.
Luke Hannon bounces to the right-hand side. He's going to be tackled at the line of scrimmage.
The run here just isn't going to get it done.
3:59 on the clock. It continues to roll here at War Memorial Stadium. Spread formation, Chandler back at shotgun. Drops back, looks, and he's going to be tackled for a loss.
Fayetteville just driving nail after nail into the coffin, not letting up on the gas pedal. It's tough as a team when you're down by that much in such an important game. They hit with play after play like that and get up and still give it your all. These guys are out here still fighting every play.
3rd down and 18 for the Wildcats. 3 minutes, 10 seconds to go on the clock. Chandler back at shotgun. Hands it off to Hannon up the middle on the draw. He's going to get close to the original line of scrimmage, about 9 yards.
It's going to make it 4th and long here with 2 minutes and 53 seconds left in the game. Clock is rolling. No hurry here from Har-Ber's offense. No urgency from the sidelines either.
comes the line of scrimmage, spread formation. Chandler back at shotgun. Takes a snap, looks deep. He is flushed out of the pocket. Scrambles to the right, throws deep. In and out of the hands of Tyler Blackson.
Blackson not able to come down with that one. Really upset at himself, but in reality, that was a difficult ball to catch. That'll be a turnover on downs and will all but seal the game for Har-Ber. It's a fantastic season leading up to this, going undefeated through conference play. Undisputed conference champions, beating both Fayetteville and Bentonville in the regular season. That undefeated conference record, a first in Har-Ber history, falling just short in the last game of the season at the state title. 2 minutes and 13 seconds left in the fourth quarter.
First and 10 for the Bulldogs. Ball's on the 32-yard line. And it looks like Fayetteville's going to call a timeout, so we're going to take a quick timeout with them. You're watching Wildcat football on the Wildcat Sports Network.
This is Jack. And this
I am starving!
is Jack's appetite. It's never satisfied.
I'm hungry, 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 hungry.
Seriously, dude?
What?
Then Jack's mom started serving Tyson Anytizer snacks. With all white meat and lots of protein, they're the only snacks that make Jack's appetite disappear. Tyson Anytizer snacks. Consider snacking solved.
Welcome back to War Memorial Stadium for the 7A championship game against the Fayetteville Bulldogs and the Har-Ber Wildcats. Bulldogs lead 28-7 over the Wildcats. 2 minutes, 13 seconds to go in the ball game. Fayetteville has the ball first and 10 on the 32. Fayetteville lines up, spread formation. Powell back at shotgun. Hands it off to Smith, who's going to bounce around to the left-hand side. And just an elusive runner.
Javonte Smith, one of those guys that, isn't a backup running back. He's a tandem back. Luke Rapert, both of those guys have done a phenomenal job this year of complementing each other. And, where one is falling short, the other one will come in and pick up that slack. Still a great job by both of these backs.
.27 on the clock, and we're going to have a delay of game penalty on Fayetteville.
And a second flag.
Looks like another flag coming into the field.
Motions are running hot towards the end of this one. Official attendance for tonight's game. State championship between Fayetteville and Har-Ber is 6,989. Very cold night here in Little Rock, a long way away from both of these schools' hometowns in the northwest corner of the state.
So we have a delay of game and an unsportsmanlike conduct against Fayetteville. So that is going to back them up quite a bit.
Dead ball penalty on the delay of game. 20 total yards of penalty will get them a little bit closer to Har-Ber's total penalty yards.
On the clock. Second down and 26. Ball's on the 48-yard line. Javonte Smith around the left-hand side. And he's going to be
upended by Austin Henderson.
Henderson, 1:14 on the clock.
Clock slowly ticks down now. It'll be under a minute before This next play is snapped. Fayetteville fully content with taking their time and coasting into a win here in Little Rock. Fayetteville will end up getting their revenge on Har-Ber for a Week 7 loss. Lost 2 games in the regular season to Har-Ber and to Bentonville. Gave them a 3rd seed, and they have played every single game in this playoff, playing without the bye in the first round.
Powell handed off to Smith. Smith bounces around to the left-hand side. Solly and Robertson on the tackle.
The Har-Ber coach is not going to call a timeout here. There's no point.
That is going to wrap it up here at War Memorial Stadium. Fayetteville Purple Dogs win the 7A championship 28-7 over the Har-Ber Wildcats. Joey Saven is the MVP for Fayetteville for the state championship game. We're going to take a quick commercial break, and then we'll be back with your post game. You're watching Wildcat football on the Wildcat Sports Network.
Came to Arvest Bank to see what makes it different.
They took the time to get to know us personally.
They're like my financial counselors through all of this.
I was able to call her anytime I needed.
I enjoy them and I love them and they're like family to me.
You can't get through the door without somebody saying hello. I've tried.
They made me feel at home.
Like a house you walk into and you feel like you can put your feet up on the furniture.
Have you ever actually put your feet up on the furniture?
No, I haven't.
Arvest Bank, our customers say it best.
Stadium, where the Fayetteville Purple Dogs win the 7A state championship over our Har-Ber Wildcats. Looks like the name of the game is turnovers tonight, Blake.
Yeah, and let's talk about players for the game for both of these teams. For Fayetteville, it's the official MVP of the game, Joey Saven, the guy that had 3 of the interceptions in the first half. It's the guy that kind of shifted that balance, the swing of momentum in Fayetteville's favor early on. And then they kind of kept that momentum and transitioned it to their offense towards the end of the second half. For Har-Ber, no doubt, Luke Hannon has put on another performance tonight like he has all season. 34 carries for 192 yards, finishes them off at 2,074 yards for the season. You know, one of the greatest, seasons you can ask to have as a running back. Thankful to his offensive line. Just a great job by the entire offensive line, the blocking scheme, and Luke Hannon. What a way to end his senior year on a 192-yard performance. When you look back at this game, and there's not necessarily going to be a film study of this game, at least not from the players. The coaches are going to look back at it, especially going into next year, and figure out where this went wrong. But for these players, a lot of them will choose not to watch it. It's not something that they want to go back and relive anytime in the near future. But when you go back and look at this game, the pass game was difficult to get going. For the entire game, Fuller Chandler, 13 attempts, 4 completions, and 5 interceptions. It's hard to even get your run game going when your offense is sputtering in the pass like it is. And don't chalk that up to bad execution necessarily on Har-Ber's part as much as it is great defense on Fayetteville's part. But overall, great performance by both these teams. The MVP of the game, Joey Saven from Fayetteville, and in my personal opinion, the MVP from Har-Ber in this game, Luke Hannon.
Absolutely. Well, I think, Har-Ber's had a fantastic season, a great run. We've had a lot of fun doing this. But this is, this concludes football season for Har-Ber High School for this year. And that concludes it for us as well. For Superintendent Dr. Jim Rollins and Athletic Director Wayne Stellick, I'm Donald Tucker. You've been watching Wildcat football on the Wildcat Sports Network. We'll see you next year.